And welcome back to Toasty Tentacle. My name is Toasty. You must be that wonderful tentacle. Today we are joined by Ersigh. And I guess we'll call you Lee during the interview if that's okay. Or we can use your online name either way. But
Please.
everyone who comes to Toasty Tentacle gets a little bit of musical intro. Oh, right in the teeth. Right in the teeth. All right, that's better. But yes, I did actually hurt myself. Thank you very much.
Harmonica. That's like forever. That's like forever seared harmonica.
But actually, that's kind of pleasant. So welcome. As you see, there are puppets here, but there are puppets there as well. Do you happen to have any puppets around? I think we should start it off properly.
Yeah, let's we'll start with the surprise favorite Naked Guy.
Yes, Naked Guy, very popular.
I gotta back up here so you can.
Very popular.
Yes.
So let me just get this straight. You bought a blank puppet and you went perfection.
Actually, even better is one of my friends from TikTok sent him to me with the idea that I was going to do something with him because she'd got him and then just kind of did the thing where you get a hobby and then and I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm really bad at blank slate stuff. You give me a thing, I could do a thing with it, but if it doesn't have details, I'm like, so I made one video with him just blank, and it was just, that was it. I was like, this is Naked Guy, and we're keeping him. And every time I make a video with him, I'm like, this is really weird. People are gonna think it's creepy or not like it. And then like it ends up that it's just, I don't know, there's something relatable about him. And he's a little bit of a pervert, which, we can all appreciate too. So
I certainly can't. And certainly the tentacles who watch can't relate to that at all.
Yes, tentacles never relate.
No, tentacles.
No.
For the first few months, I started calling all my creations tentacles, and everyone in my family was like, testicles. I'm like, no, not. Have you not seen an octopus?
I can't show you guys my coffee mug because I'll get banned.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Interesting. Those are flowers.
You'll have to go to the YouTube.
Well, look at that. The first Easter egg. Hey, by the way, not only are we interviewing Lee today, we are also broadcasting live. So it's back and forth. Welcome, folks. Look at these beautiful people. All right. Yeah. So
just kind of my brain goes here, there.
Yeah,
here,
no, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's just think about when you're gaming, you're gonna have,
I've been thinking about streaming when I play Deep Rock Galactic, and I'm just like, okay, yeah. But I think about, I streamed to Discord the other day, and it was actually pretty cool. So I don't know.
Maybe. Very cool. All right. Well, I'm honestly convinced that the way to make it in this digital age is to have about 12 or 15 eyes on you at all time. Some of the most the grinding people, not grinder, but grinding. I just see them. They've got like, and you can tell because they're not looking at the screen. They're going, oh yeah, hey everybody, oh that's good, and they've constantly got.
My issue with that is like, people lose their authenticity by doing that, right? Because they're creating a brand. And that's like, I don't want to do that. I have no interest in doing anything other than myself. And I feel like authenticity, while it has like its merits at a certain level, it only goes so far because people really like a hook, right? So like if I have like a couple of friends that want to watch me game and that's all it ever is for the rest of my life, then I have succeeded. But I absolutely understand like what you're saying in terms of like, adapting to the direction that things have been going in the last decade or so.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right. I have seen a lot of creators on many apps just get into this one niche market. But by the same token, people will tell you that's what you're supposed to do. Like, I don't know if you've seen the commercials for Sub Talk, which I think is amazing because it wasn't what I thought it was, because I'm not a pervert. However, if I were, I might
I
interpret
didn't even think
sub-talk
of that.
differently. Oh yeah.
I
Oh
didn't,
yeah.
yeah.
Because I'm
Just
already on that side of TikTok. So uh, but what they're talking about is all these like subcultures. They're trying to say, oh, are you on witch talk? Are you on cottage core talk? Are you on DIY talk? And they're like, oh, you should cater your brand to fit into these different. And I'm like,
Hmm.
but then you live a life where are you creating the things you want to create? And if the answer is no, then you should probably stop doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
not for nothing, but
Yeah. It's kind of like I don't know why it makes me think of Metallica when they changed their sound and everybody got mad at them. And I was like, I don't particularly like that. Well, I hadn't enjoyed their last couple of albums anyway, so I didn't care. But I really respected the fact that they were holding true to their creative process and what made them happy, right?
okay.
Like I think that that's, so I was like, yeah, I don't really like it, but I totally respect what they're doing,
So
you know.
what are they now? Are they like country or
I don't know.
polka? I don't know. I think the problem with Metallica is they didn't
Polka.
have the decency to rebrand because like Slipknot, everybody loves, well, some people love Slipknot. Slipknot is a very specific brand of music. And then when the lead singer went out and did his solo project, he called himself Stone Sour. So you had these two different veins. Like I understand that. Like I get that part. Um,
It's like Faith No More, Mr. Bungle. They're
I didn't.
pretty much the same bands, all the
Okay.
same members, but just completely different sound.
See, that's decent. If you're going to switch flavors, at least tell us what's in in the container. That's a
Yeah.
decent thing. Totally a decent thing. So, are you checking your pulse ox? I don't know. I told people I would
Oh
check it
shit! I
next time.
forgot to put my watch on. I was charging it in the shower. Ah. Oh
Okay.
well.
So much. That's okay, folks. That's okay. I'll check my pulse ox. How
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
You're
doing good.
breathing.
I don't know. I have a lot of things in front of me, so in case, it's like, hmm. Oh, hey, look, here's a thing.
Oh, so a cool thing about the ADHD meds for
Yes.
me is
Mhm.
that my blood pressure is normally like 95 over 60,
Right.
and the last 3 days it's been like 110 over like 70.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of world, I'm
Yeah.
sure. So
It's
is
easy,
that
it's easier to stand up.
well, I'm a big guy. Every time I stand up, it's a thing. Um,
You build muscles.
yeah. Well, see, it's funny because since Monday I've been in normal sinus rhythm and I'm still on the heart meds that calm my heart down. So I'm on normal sinus rhythm, but I'm also like I get cold now and like
Yeah.
the blood
It's like a
pressure
beta
to
blocker or something.
yeah, beta
Yeah.
blocker, and arrhythmic, a fluid pill, and a something else. It'll come to
I
me. It'll
I
come
keep
to me.
shaking the camera. I'm sorry, guys. It's like I'm fidgeting, and then and I can't. It's real hard for me to sit still. I have a hard time.
Hey, that's
So
okay. I was going to bring
yeah.
up the fact that we are people who like to keep occupied. Um,
Yes.
I'm a big fan of the crochet.
Yes. I think I like listening to you talk about stuff. Generally speaking, I don't like listening to anybody all the time. It's just how I am. But I really like your videos with the winding, especially when it's like backwards. Like I really like that. It's very pleasing.
It is, and I don't know. I knew that my winding videos are very popular. In fact, uh, it's funny because when I go to make a video and I'm like, oh, my views are kind of down, I'll make a winding video. It'll turn that right around.
On the puppet accounts, I do the spooky animations with
Mhm.
Boogie freaking out. Those are the ones that always get thousands of views. So I like once a week like to just throw. I mean, I do them because that's actually like my most natural favorite humor is really dark, and there isn't really a good place for that on TikTok, right? Like most of my
Right.
favorite things in language will get me banned. So so that allows me to like leak out that little bit of me. And then the fact that they're the most popular videos makes me so happy, not because of the popularity, but because I feel like other people are also getting that little bit of so
You're basically sneaking people jokes that they normally wouldn't get to enjoy. Is
Yeah,
that what I'm hearing? I think that's
something
what I'm
like something
hearing.
like that. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know though. I've seen some pretty
Like,
weird sides of TikTok. Like don't do it unless you're serious about it. But if you search nicely done. Hey,
yeah,
feel free to comment in the section what number that was on a scale of one
yeah,
to
yeah,
10.
yeah.
Where was that? Where was that?
It's no more than a 5.3. I'm just telling you, based on my own personal experience in my body, no more than a 5.3.
Yeah, but your personal 5.3 might be a lot of people's 7.9. You know what
No,
I
I
mean?
know. I used to go to bars and make men cry. So
Oh,
like, I know, but I'm just saying on my person.
what what phrase do I need on a t-shirt? I used to go to bars just to make men cry.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sure. I mean, everybody needs a
I
hobby, I
I wish
suppose.
yeah. I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like, who am I anymore that I can't do that? Yeah.
Who am I? Who am I really? Like, is this what I've become? What have I become? What have I become? Oh, good times, good times. So
Hot flash.
I know. Yes, I have it for a different reason. More
Yeah.
of the manopause. Uh what other reasons? No, there are no other
No.
reasons to go to a bar than to make men cry.
Yeah,
Um,
there's nothing like showing up to a bar knowing you're not going to drink, because I don't drink, on a 1,000 cc motorcycle, in full gear, sitting out the bar talking to a couple of guys, and then ripping like a 20-second burp that like fits into Revenge of the Nerds, and watching a bunch of jock guys guzzling their beer just like look over and like question everything they know. It just
yes, Satan. Oh, I knew you'd find me here. I'll go home. I'll go home. I'll stop drinking. I'll go home and tuck my children in, read them a bedtime story. You're right. I
My
mean,
brother and I used to practice when we were kids, and we would quote movies. So I got really good at quoting like Beetlejuice's stuff, like, I'm the ghost with the most, babe. And I got really good at doing that. Like, so health class in 8th grade, they talk about like throat cancer, and how like if you get throat cancer, they have to remove your like vocal cords. One
right.
of the ways that you could communicate is by belching and then forming the words. And I was like, oh, can I give an example? Can I was really good at it. Like,
That's the day the teacher was like, "Nope, I don't get paid enough for this. I do not get paid enough for this." That child just summoned a demon out of her front face hole. I don't. No, I get that. I get
yeah.
that. That is some strange stuff. I do not. I don't. Oh. Oh, folks, now if you're having any trouble seeing us, that's why we're recording, and then we'll put on the sweet clean edit on the YouTubes. Have you ventured into YouTube before? Is this your first foray into the tube?
Yes, sir. I started putting videos on there when YouTube first came around, but it was, like personal sharing, and I still have a shit ton of stuff that like I don't know why anybody besides me would watch it. But like glitches in Destiny 2. I love like the when something stays that should not be there, like a dead body in the air. I love it. Division 2 is really good for that too. Like you kill somebody and they're like half a body sticking out of the wall. So we'll like take group photos and stuff. It's just, I know it's morbid, but it makes me really happy. So, and GTA glitches, stuff like that. Yeah.
I
I know I have many talents. I actually like my health issues. I don't burp like I used to. And I actually told my GI that I felt like a portion of my identity was missing because I could no longer burp the way that I used to. I know that it signified better health because a lot of burping does suggest like stomach issues, right? But like it changed the way I feel of room.
you've
It just
you've taken away my superpower. Why have you done that?
my mating call. Where has it gone?
My partner won't recognize me anymore. I'll go into the room and go, and be like, no, this is a strange person. I
I don't like
cannot.
your curves. I wanted to burp.
What is that?
Yes, sonic boom.
Oh, the Street Fighter 2 reference. Nicely done.
Yes.
Hayu kick. I played that game far too long. Who's your character? You mentioned Guile, but it's probably not Guile. Who's your character?
You know what? I didn't play the game enough to have a character. I'm not good at button mashing. I
Hmm.
need to shoot things.
Okay, I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I went with E Honda because big guys got to stand in solidarity. Chun Li because yes, and then Blanca. Blanca was one of my favorite because he could just that was kind of cool. I don't know. I don't
Eh.
know.
I
Hmm.
tried playing what's the one that has the guy that's all like it's a fighting Soul Calibur.
Oh, sure,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
absolutely.
And
That
there's
nailed
the
it
one
down.
guy, Vita or something like that. I had a friend who loved that game. She loved modifying that character. She would do like she'd put him in like maid outfits with a basket and stuff and fight. So like I used to play with her, but I'm just bad at it, and then I get bored. Like I don't. It just I'm like I don't know. But
Yeah.
I did appreciate the modifications that she did.
So this begs the question, why did they download a maid outfit? Like you can't put something on in the game that isn't in the game.
Good senses of humor and equal opportunity clothing
Oh
wear.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, who
I
doesn't
mean, I
love a
don't know.
maid
I mean, why
outfit?
not? Yeah.
No, I'm not upset about it. I'm just wondering like how they brought that up. Like, hey everybody, here's a new outfit pack. You can give them ethereal armor or dragon scale plate or this maid outfit. Oh, it's biscuit. We're gonna risk it all for the biscuit, folks.
Yeah.
Risk it all
The
for the
one
biscuit.
thing that you don't the videos that I do that you don't is that they do squeak, but because I don't do my own sounds like
We don't squeak. Biscuit is very cute. Biscuit has movable arms. That is, that's a thing. That's a thing I
yeah.
didn't think about when I was designing mine.
I
That's
mean,
incredible.
you could kind of I mean, I just got this like a wire hanger type thing. And then Nakey guy, I actually got like the proper rods which were
Oh,
gifted to
nice.
me and so you can kind of, one at a time or whatever.
Naked guy looks so excited, so surprised. Just
He watches everything I do with that level of enthusiasm. I mean, how can I not be motivated?
if I if I ever feel that things aren't quite the way they should be, Naked guy gives me a good
Yep, just open the office door and be like,
mouth agape.
right. Like, yeah.
Thanks, Naked. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, my puppets judge me when I'm not talking to them.
My hype guy, that's right. So Clueless, you were not in here earlier, but I was talking about Faith No More, Mr. Brungle, and you're one of the few people I know that would actually I know would connect them and stuff. So hello.
Very good, very good. Welcome everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome. You know, I was about to say you should definitely follow Ersigh, but I think all these people are following you. So
Yeah.
there we go. Yeah. Hey, and if you're just joining, tappity those legs.
Oh yeah, I forget
Apparently
about
it's a
that part.
thing.
I'm not good at that.
Apparently it's a thing.
He
Let me tell you.
does.
Because I don't know what the likes do, but I think it
I got
changes your
13
ranking.
cents the other day.
What? Shut the front door. 13
Yeah, I was
cents?
like, third. I didn't even know that you get money when people give you stuff. I had no idea. And then I got 13 cents, and I was like, well, if I do this a couple more times, I'll have a stamp and I can mail a postcard.
I think you're failing to see the perhaps the greatest opportunity here. You are now a professional TikToker.
Oh,
I mean, not for nothing. If you do a service and somebody pays you for that service, that's a career job gig, something.
that's kind of okay. I have to think about. I'm just like, do you know how many things I've done in my life that I should have been paid for and I didn't? And I'm sitting here fucking around and I get 13 cents. I mean, you might still be able to buy a Tootsie Roll for that.
I think I think Tootsie Rolls hit a new value level when people use them to pack packages. Like when they ship stuff to kids in college, they just use Tootsie Rolls as the packing peanuts. And then, I mean, that's what level of candy they are. They are packing peanut candy.
They're the only candy I ever stole when I was a kid.
Really? You stole?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I wouldn't have done that.
I didn't, I mean, I didn't want to. It's just, when you're poor, it's what you do. But
Don't
like,
don't steal people. Don't do it.
yeah, don't do it. It's wrong.
Don't
But
do it. It's wrong. Don't do it.
but when I got caught, I actually like brought him, like, I had been saving up all these pennies and stuff to go to like the swim center. I brought it back and I gave him more. I had stolen like 15 cents worth and I gave him like 75 cents. So because of my guilt.
So you didn't actually steal it. You just paid for it
Later.
later? Wow. Wow. You are so hardcore. My
I
goodness.
know.
So you go to bars to make men cry, and then you go overpay candy. Well done.
Yeah,
Well done.
I'm a professional.
You are definitely a professional. You're a professional something. I don't
Yeah.
I don't even know where we are right now, but that's great. We're doing
Yes.
great.
I'm like
That's doing great.
just well behaved, I guess, kind of.
Have you already reached that point in your life when you're calming down, when you're settling down?
No,
No, not yet.
I did that like I was born that way, and then like I had this whole plan. My son was gonna hit his adult, and then I was just gonna go nuts. And then I got sick instead. So I'm working on getting my health to the point that I could go nuts again. But in the meantime, I could do this. I can hang out with you guys, and I can play with my puppets and
Thank
burp.
you. Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
that. Appreciate that. Always fun. Uh, now, not for nothing, you did hit 1,000 this week, but that's the second time you've hit 1,000. You hit 1,000 on your puppet account first.
Hella fast.
Hella fat. People love the
Like
puppets.
in 6 weeks, and I'm at like
Wow.
over 1,600 now.
Wow.
So yeah.
Now, are you going to go live on the puppet account or just more
I don't know.
sounds? Oh,
I thought about like maybe just if I was streaming gaming that I would just do live while I'm gaming or something, but I
mhm.
don't want to be on the screen for that account. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I like having that separation and kind of have the space that I don't have to like think about what I'm doing with my face or my voice or whatever. So
Yeah. I don't know. If y'all are interested, some of my older YouTube videos are puppets. So I didn't get the screen like you did. You're very smart to get the screen so you can put your hands through and work the puppets. I just moved my camera up and then sunk myself down. And for the entire time, I have this. So that's why my logo is this, because that's what I was doing for the majority of my puppet videos. And let me tell you, shoulder workout, just painful, painful.
That's exactly why I did that, was because, and honestly, even with the curtain and the holes and all that, it's still like a lot of work to do both, especially with the camera rotated this way. It would be easier with more room to work.
Yeah.
And then it's like the left hand, it doesn't rotate and quite
It definitely doesn't
you better
rotate.
keep that in.
What's going in? There's no editing. There is no editing at Toasty Tentacle, folks. If it's in the video, it's in the video. So
excellent.
Let's just be careful right there.
It's just real hard to the left. It doesn't it articulate. So I'll be like talking, and then whichever one's on the left is kind of like,
Aww.
So
That's
yeah.
so cute. Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, do you film in slower so you match up with the words, or are you doing it live? Or is it like
Both.
okay.
It depends on it. If I'm duetting someone who did it, I match what they did because it feels better to me.
Right.
But a lot of times it's just me. I do it at the regular speed because it's more natural to articulate the expressions and stuff at real time.
Yeah. I love how sped up videos have that like almost ghost like quality where they're like
Yeah. And
So,
it's great sometimes. And it's very like, especially when I'm doing like the little ADHD things, you
mhm.
know, of like not being able to sit still, it works really well in that speed. I didn't even know I was doing that. It's really funny because I was like doing these videos and then I did this one where the person does this really long, unhealthy codependent monologue about like relationships and stuff. And I think she meant it in a sincere way because she didn't like it or respond to it. Um, and I don't care. But it's I'm like it yeah, anyway, um so I have Biscuit over there like picking his nose, like eating it and stuff. But the whole time, like he's like doing the things that I do in person where I can't like sit still. And that was when it clicked for me. I was like, oh, these little body language things that I do naturally, you know, I've been putting them into my puppets. And I feel like, because, you know, when you're making the video, you can't really see what it looks like. So you go back and watch it and then you're like, wow, that looks cool. And it's those mannerisms that really like make it work for me, you know, like where I'm just like, wow, it's so like they're not human, but that there's like these little things. And yeah, I get really excited about my own stuff. So
Well, I was going to say Naked Guy is probably a lot more popular than makes logical sense, but I read a book called Understanding Comics, and they said that Caillou is such a popular comic strip because Caillou has these super realistic backgrounds, but then the character is very simple. So because it's a simple character in these beautiful backgrounds, we kind of map ourselves onto the character. So with Naked Guy just being expressionless, we can see ourselves in that very simple character as you present it in complicated environments, if that makes any
hmm,
sense.
that's interesting. I would be
Yeah.
really curious to know if that's the case for viewers at all. Like,
I mean,
what do you guys think? I for me for me like what is interesting about Naked Guy and I think it may be different for me because I'm controlling him is getting the body language like moving his head in time with the talking and then doing these little things with his arms and so that he's still expressive even though there's no expression implied up here, right?
well, a lot of puppets don't have movable eyes. So like all of my puppets, if I want to express something, it's got to be a lot of head movement, you
Yeah.
know. So you're maintaining the same principle, but you know, we can see the eyes that are there even if they're not there. So
Yeah.
of
To me,
course.
like the eyes and stuff, but your guys are all kind of blank looks, but some like you made them with some plant in mind or something. But
Yeah, no,
yeah.
totally. Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
But some puppets have like expressions, you know,
Mhm.
like built in so then it yeah. Um Boogie does such good like just disturbed expressions.
Well, Boogie is like naturally frowning. Just it's almost like a yip yip,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, that's like
interesting.
to the it yeah, exactly like that.
It is. It is
Yeah.
fascinating. Well done.
There's like
Because
60-second joke that I had him tell. I don't know if you saw it, but like I was like, I don't know if it's gonna work with him because he's so blank. And I just worked really hard on like when he moved his arms and like did this, and it
mhm.
actually worked really well. I'll send you the link later. Like,
Yeah, definitely. That's
yeah.
cool. It's interesting. If you want to get real fancy, we can check out TikTok together, but we can just focus here. But for the next one, we'll be live on
Yeah.
TikTok
Yeah.
while we're checking out TikTok videos. I tried to do it. I follow a guy on TikTok, Brady Shuya, and really great voiceover artist. And what he'll do is he'll have TikTok Tuesday and he'll just go through a scroll of TikToks and be like, oh, you know, it's just reaction videos, but it's entertaining. So I'm like, I can do this. I can totally do this. I couldn't do it. I messed up the sound. Like you could hear my comments, but you couldn't hear the videos. I'm like, oh no. So
Yeah,
still learning,
but you're
still
all
learning.
about the like eyes and mouth thing, which by the way, for whatever reason, just like the way that it works for your face, it's so funny. It is like every time you do one of those videos, it's so funny because you're just like,
Hold on.
yeah.
That's where people are just like, oh Lord, oh Lord.
Yes.
TikTok journey with Ersigh and Toasty.
I
Absolutely,
It would
Pokedex.
probably be more interesting to go through his because I am so selective in who I follow and I don't explore at all. I do not want my FYP to change. Like I'm actually careful about what I click on and interact with when people send me stuff. Like I'll watch the video and not like it or comment because I'm like, well, I don't want that in my thing, you know. Even if I liked it, it's not if it's not what I want to see, I don't interact with it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm pretty liberal when it comes to following people. I like to know that you're adding something. Like I understand a lot of people do um almost puppeting accounts, whether you have a puppet or not, is you're using somebody else's sound or you're duetting. I just want to make sure that you're doing something. Like I find so many accounts that are just reposting other people's material. And like there's a value for that, but identify yourselves as a funny video archive or something. Because I'll start following these people and I'll go check out their other videos. I'm like, no, that's not what they do. So I mean, I'm glad they
I
showed me
mean,
the video, but
my
it's
account's probably like that because I'm so random. So people probably watch something and they'll be like, "Oh, I really like that." And they look at my other shit and they're like, "Oh man, she talks a lot." Like,
yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, I
I mean,
can understand.
I'm not saying anything bad about myself. I'm just saying there's people who like they probably like see like the Britney Spears eye thing. They're like, oh, that's really funny, and they're expecting to see more of the same, and they want that familiarity and consistency. And then I'm like, yeah, no consistency here.
Why why aren't you on brand, Ersigh? Why aren't you on brand?
Me too. And hi.
Yes. Welcome, welcome. Yes, welcome
Yeah,
everybody. We're
yeah, I love authenticity, like just all the like the not and not like some people are like they're I'm gonna be authentic and I'm just gonna talk about this thing that's really real and it but it's like I want to see like the funny stuff and the sad stuff and the the human stuff and I don't I okay so I'm just gonna start ranting here or babbling not ranting okay so I've been online since 1988 I was 12 years old so I've been online for a really long time. And I think that like my original handful of years of being online, being on the BBSs and stuff, before the normies got modems in their machines, uh, really shaped what I expected from like my online interactions. And so even as I got into like MySpace and Friendster and all that, I just was really careful about who I interacted with and was really picky. Like I wanted to be able to have conversations. And one of the things that started post live journal, uh, when we started having more like visual medium over text was if you used a lot of words, people assumed that you're angry or whatever. You couldn't actually have like a, like a real conversation. And I really value discourse, conversation, sharing, that connection that we literally have evolved to have, right? And for some reason, we're online and then we're getting all judgy about doing the thing that we literally need. It's like, what the deuce, man? But so I actually didn't use that much social media until TikTok. TikTok kind of broke my rules where I spend more time on there than I have a 10-minute limit in combination for all other social media and had been that way for a really long time. And TikTok, because I got that connection, it's kind of like on LiveJournal. I have people in my feed sharing about everything and we're all self-conscious about it. We're all like, nobody wants to hear shit. I do, you know?
share with
So,
me your things.
yeah. And then at the same time, everybody's having fun. Like the lip syncing and the puppets and like and the thing that you when you were a kid you got punished for or ostracized for where you took what someone else did and you emulated it like oh you're not supposed to copy. Now we literally do that as a means of like playing together, and I'm just like fuck yes. I am here for it.
Well, it's like jokes. If you follow Mama's page, she's a creator on here that does a ton of jokes. You've actually done puppet videos with some of her
Yeah.
jokes, and people have really gone after her and be like, "Oh, these aren't your original jokes, and how dare you?" And she's like, "Listen, my father was a bartender for 30 years. That's what you do. You tell jokes. You know that's oral tradition. That's how we communicated. Before we had books, we told stories, and
Yeah.
even now that we have books, we still have stories. And and it's so interesting because are you familiar with Creative Commons? That kind of it was a movement to kind of revolutionize the copyright. So copyrights are a system by which a lot of original content is being locked down forever and a day. So Creative Commons was like, hey, let's try to remix. Let's try to remix stuff. And that's what I think that TikTok is championing the the burst. Like there's a bubble. Like, oh, we're going to try to keep all these original ideas inside this bubble. And TikTok was like, hey, let's fill the bubble with 9 billion people. And then it bursts. So it's kind of like it works in practice. So like one of the big issues with YouTube is that a lot of videos get taken down because they have Disney playing in the background. In fact, the joke is if you don't want any of your lewds to wind up online, just play a Disney movie in the background because it will
Wow.
never see the light of day. Because the amount of automatic AI scrubbing that goes through YouTube will strike a video down, you get nothing, and it's up to you to prove that that's not what they heard. So, and yet this app, you can use somebody else's sound and you just explode because they
Yeah.
understand, attribution is great. And the community in TikTok is very big about that. Like if you were to do a video and I was to duet it or I was to use the sound and I didn't credit you, people would jump into my comments and they'd be like, that's not you. Give credit. A big thing about dance credit too. If somebody designs a dance and other people are doing it and they don't credit the original author, people go after that. And I mean, they might be a little zealous in their accountability, but the accountability is still there.
Yeah.
And it just feels like the Creative Commons has become something that exists. So it doesn't matter if there are laws to justify it. This is what is. And you
Yeah.
can fight it as much as you want, but it's not going to work. Not going to work.
I kind of thought some of that came from because TikTok is built by a company that it comes from a completely different culture in terms of that stuff, the collectivistic mindset. There's more of a sharing and not like mine kind of thing going on, right? So
Right.
I wasn't on TikTok until last June, so I don't know about the roots of it or anything, but my assumption had been that that part of that sharing and stuff came from like there being a slightly different cultural push to the shape of things. But I don't, I've never looked into it, so I don't know.
I get the feeling like it's just happening too fast. It's happening too fast for anybody to shut it down.
Yeah.
Like when they were like, oh, the president of the United States is going to shut down TikTok. I'm like, really? Really? The guy's on Twitter 24/7. He's trying to shut down TikTok? I
Yeah,
don't know
shut
about
down a
that.
company that's running in another country. It's not really gonna, you know.
Boy, that sounds like something another country would do, doesn't it? It always surprises me. Always surprises me when America goes, "Hey, we were watching this other country and we think they're doing things pretty well. So that's what we're going to do too."
Yeah,
Thanks.
for
Appreciate
better
that.
or worse.
Yes, for better or worse. Yeah, let's not talk about politics or religion. Moving on. Did you want some kalimba? I want some kalimba.
It's very like spa music
Right?
sounding.
It's very
Yeah.
calming. It's very relaxing. Just a few. It's not like the mouth harp at all. That gets you into the mood for stuff. And I have cymbals around here somewhere, but let's not be rude.
The
Um,
mouth harp gets you in the mood for stuff.
mouth harp does get you in the mood for stuff.
What kind of I need Like you got a pretty mouth stuff or something else? Because
Hold on. You want movie quotes? We'll do movie quotes. Yeah, it gets you into. So I'm just going to keep going. We're not even going to recognize what
just leave
happened.
that. Just let that sit
We're
over
just,
there.
hey, look at that. Boy, that makes a lovely little thing there. We're crocheting along.
What are you
Yeah,
making?
yes. Oh, what I always make. I make tentacles. That's what I do.
So how I keep meaning to send you a picture that I have. A
Yes.
friend of mine who I don't remember if she knitted or crocheted. So she made a thing and it looks like an octopus thing and
Yes.
with the little suckers and everything, but it's a scarf that I had made for my son because he loves octopi and squids and stuff. So
Very cool.
yeah, and I
I
keep meaning to send it, I just keep forgetting because
That's okay. We'll get around to it eventually. That makes
it'll
it fun.
happen.
Got Easter eggs later on. So, do you have any goals or aims with social media, or is it just having fun and then that's what it is?
I'm here until I get bored.
Hey, you know what?
That's, you know, cephalopods.
She's not talking about social media. She's talking about this interview right now. She is
Yeah.
here until she's just like, click.
I'm like that with everything though. But
Done.
yeah, like yeah, I'm just here because I'm here for the human interaction. This is like my primary place to socialize. It's been that way since I was, as I said, 12. Literally, like I've had a couple of like friends, like friend groups, but they weren't like friends with each other. They're like people I know individually, and then for my birthday we have a gaming night, and I select them because I know that they will all get along. Um, and that I will be comfortable and not tired by being around them for a few hours. And then, but
Electronic
it's,
gaming or board games?
yes,
Oh,
both.
both. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we used to do LAN parties when it was big towers you know, and it's so much easier once the PlayStations came out and stuff, but and then sometimes just board games and stuff that can be fun too. But I prefer actual video games. Board games, it's really hit or miss for me if I can pay attention. I get bored. I cannot read the directions. I cannot pay attention to the directions. I just need to play the freaking game and learn how it works. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
Can't. I got to move the little things around.
yeah,
My friend's dungeon did a dungeon for a lot of years, but I just couldn't. I would sit there at the table and crochet and he'd get really mad. He's like, "Aren't you paying attention?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm totally paying attention. I've
yeah.
got
It's
all
not
my
it.
actions right here. When they come up, I will." But I guess they wanted like, that like burning laser eyes. I'm not sure. Like I'm here.
That just sounds like an insecure DM to me. Not
I
not to be
mean,
judgy, but
he was a little sadistic, so I don't know if that
yeah.
means anything,
My
but
my son DMs a lot, and he's totally like, as long as you're listening, you can like play games or do whatever, because like sometimes other people have their turns and there's not a whole lot. You got to listen, but at the same time, so it's fair to fill in that space. Like that's what my partner's doing right now in the room next to here. Is he's playing D&D with my son, and when he's like waiting his turn, he's listening, but he draws the whole time. He draws pictures of his characters and
oh, that's
stuff like
cool.
that. It's cool. Although he's probably with the kitten right now. I
Oh,
want the kitten. He's not coming, and I want the kitten.
we all want the
Ah,
kitten. We all want the kitten. Yes,
he's so good.
we do love the kitten.
Yeah, it's like pretty much like
Talking
my
about an actual
account is
cat.
just gonna be like, it's just gonna. Oh,
What?
yeah, I know.
Oh,
Again.
wait, what? What I miss?
You said actual kitten. It took me a
Yes.
second
Yeah.
to
No, I
get,
was like,
yeah, I
yeah, it's
wasn't like, yeah. I was just laser focused on
no,
actual,
you're fine.
yeah,
You're focusing on
no,
the actual kitten. I'm
yeah.
the not a
I know, but I
pervert
missed
over
the
here.
opportunity for the, you know?
Hey, folks, a little deja vu. We're talking about an actual cat, actual kitten.
I'm gonna go get him.
I totally
You,
set that up.
you,
I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna get me some kitten. You
yeah,
entertain them. I'll be
you
back.
go get some kitten. Hey, everybody.
I'm
If
gonna,
you're
yeah.
just tuning in now, we're having an interview with a puppeteer. And in proper fashion, you're not able to see the puppeteer. So I hope you enjoy this. And we'll check on the fine folks. Big, huge thanks to Poetry Veins for not only being an amazing moderator, but being an amazing cephalopod lover. Wow, that sounded worse. Cephalopod lover.
I have kitten.
Oh, you have actual kitten. Hello, Amos. Meow meow.
Yes.
Oh, he's so cute.
He was sleeping.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, that's what they do like most of the day.
I don't know. He played all day, but I think it's partially because he's settling in. He's got to check everything out,
Sure.
torment the old cat.
How is the new cat making up with the old cat? Is that a smooth transition?
They're fine. They're not.
Oh,
My cat. He's not aggressive or anything, so they have that curiosity, but the respectful distance constantly. And every now and again, the kitten will be like, "I want to play with you," and then Brago, the big cat, he's like, what are you doing? And then he's like
what
in his
is
face,
this?
he's in Brago's face while Brago's going, what are you doing? And then he starts hissing, like he's preemptively getting spicy because you know, I I know the spicy on TikTok's used for something else, but in the rescue groups around here, it's used for cats with a bad temperament and
Mhm.
dogs that are snappy and stuff. So,
Sure.
yeah. Anyway, so he's like, he wants to play, and then he gets all, you know.
Playtime is now over. We are done.
Yes.
We are done.
Although it's funny because Brago's like, he's like 13, 14 pounds.
Hmm.
He needs to lose about a pound, but he's a big cat, and then he will probably be somewhere between 15 and 20 pounds
Hmm.
when he's all grown up.
Oh, okay. What how do you know? Is it a type of breed or
Yeah, he's a ragdoll.
oh
So,
ragdoll?
and then
Okay.
his parents are both pretty big. So,
Yeah, I've seen more than one video where people are just folding
hi
ragdolls in
Sarah.
half. Just
I know there's probably people that have come in and I didn't say hi to them, and
oh
sorry, but
no. Take the time now. Take the time
yeah.
now. Hello, people. Welcome. If you're confused as to what's going on, I'm I'm interviewing Ersigh with painful instruments.
Yeah. Sarah started her year off super fun by breaking her wrist.
Nicely done,
So,
Sarah. Nicely done.
yeah, I had to get surgery and everything. Just boom,
Kudos.
2022.
Mm-mm. I mean, but honestly, it's about the nicest thing that's going to happen this year. I mean, that's really,
I really hope that it like what it did was set up the rest of the year to be really fucking awesome.
I really hope so. I really hope the rest of the day is just, the rest of the year is just like, oh, yeah, you with the, okay. Yeah, with the
Yeah.
wrist. Yeah. Well, that's all right. Rest of the year will be sunshine and cupcakes. That's all it's going to be. Sunshine and rainbows.
Can I have mini pies? I don't really like cake.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll
I
be
just.
rainbows and mini pies. Like hand pies, like a nice a glazed apple or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Boston cream, so I like the eclair, that whole family.
Yeah.
Very
My
tasty.
partner likes
Very
this stuff,
tasty.
but I just like the fruits.
You just like the
I
fruits?
like the no sugar added apple pie. That's actually my favorite.
Hmm, okay.
And not because it's no sugar, it literally just tastes better to me.
Yeah, I think sugar and salt are used a little too liberally in a lot of things.
Yeah.
And yeah, I became painfully aware of the salt content in everything.
Yep.
But yeah, every now and then I'm just like, I'll take a slice of pizza. Mm-mm. But don't do it. It's horrible for the salt.
I had pizza for dinner tonight.
Oh yeah.
It's not common though. I mean,
Oh.
and you've seen, I don't know if you see my videos where I post what I made for dinner, but
Hmm.
I probably don't eat. My doctors actually told me I didn't eat enough sodium because I don't cook with it or anything. So, but
It's a natural tendency to kind of snap back the other way because I was so there was so much issue with my heart in August. So then when they let me out of the hospital and they told me my mission was no salt, that's what I did is I just did no salt. And they're like, well, maybe you should have a little salt. And I'm like, I don't know, no salt, no salt. Can't go back. Can't go back.
Well, wait, I know like salt is supposed to be like a flavor enhancer, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the okay, so I can just taste the salt on top of the other flavors. So that's why I don't really use it
Mhm.
unless it specifically impacts the way something cooks. So if there's a chemistry reason, so I just don't, yeah,
No, that
not a
makes
big fan
sense.
of it.
That makes a lot of sense. I find it interesting that people consider salt the first spice, and I'm like, it's not a spice; it's a mineral. Like all the spices come from plants, mustard seeds and peppercorns and
Yeah.
sassafras, which is illegal, by the way. You're not allowed to own sassafras in the United States. Why, Toasty? I'm so glad you asked.
Yes.
The
Yes,
reason you're
please.
not allowed to own sassafras is because sassafras is actually the plant from which they make Adderall. That's right.
Oh,
Amphetamine salt
uh,
comes from sassafras.
interesting.
Mm-mm.
Well, you know, the FDA, they just banned the supplement. I can't remember what the actual words are, but it's NAC is like if you search NAC supplement or whatever,
Mhm.
that's what it goes by. And it's used for a variety of things. Including like it's a supplement that is supposed to help with mood stability in autistic people. And uh, they just basically banned the sale of it because they found that it has a legitimate benefit when somebody has like a viral infection, they're having issues with the lungs.
Mhm.
It can actually help with that. So with the whole COVID thing, now they're going to try to make medication from it. So now you can't buy it. Yeah.
A friend of mine
Words.
tried very hard to explain why medical cannabis was having such difficulty getting FDA approval because they said it's a plant. So that just like in a bunch of grapes, you pull a grape off and that's a delicious grape, and
Oh
then you pull
no.
the grape right next to it, and it's not very tasty. So that's what they're concerned about is that if they're trying to standardize or regulate a plant, they have a great difficulty trying to figure out what's in the plant. Honestly, I think it's a bunch of hogwash, but
Yeah. There's
that's
some,
that's how I feel about
yeah.
that.
Are you getting a test?
Oh, please do. You can go online and actually get free tests delivered to your home. I think you get like
Yeah, but those are
two.
like the at-home rapid. They're not very, you have to be symptomatic to even have a chance of getting
True,
a useful result.
true. Well, I don't know. I told the doctor I lost smell, and they're like, "Yeah, you probably had it." I'm like, "Can you tell me?" They're like, "No, no. Maybe in a couple of weeks we'll check you for antibodies." I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure."
Well, a PCR will tell you for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, okay. So I had a very interesting testing experience because in my city and town, Baltimore, Maryland, we had a real issue with testing. So because people couldn't get tested, and meanwhile, a lot of government employers are requiring testing for anybody who can't show proof of vaccination. We had a lot of people that couldn't get testing. So all the express care, all the urgent care centers, the hospitals were kind of maxed out. Well, the hospital opened up a daily testing center that went from 9 a.m. until like a noon every single day. And I went there and they actually had US Army personnel there. Now, they weren't
Like with
armed or
guns and
anything.
stuff or
No, no, they were not armed. And fun fact, the police are the only armed force that can carry guns on US soil. Oh, Boogie. Go ahead and put Boogie up. We'll give Boogie something to say.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yes.
My COVID test came back unsure, but I am 100% mucus. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that
That's
almost worked too well.
it did. It was there. I mean, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Some days I feel like I made a mucus. Oh, did my microphone go up? All right. Sorry if I'm getting really loud.
No, it didn't change.
I
Oh,
have
kitty.
I have my little sound meter up here, and I'm not sure if it changed. My microphone gets a little testy. Come back. There we go. We are learning every day. We are learning. Oh, there we go. Let's turn that down. Oh, all right, folks, rate it. You know what she's capable of,
I don't
what
think I
she has
rated the last
claimed
one.
before. I don't think she has either. Welcome, FNB 421.
He does audiobooks.
Oh, yes. I have done audiobooks before. Unfortunately,
TikTok.
my
We know each other from TikTok.
my psychology was I thought the narrator should be kind of dull. This was a mistake. Your narrator has to have the joie de vivre. It has to have the certain va-va-voom. I made a mistake. But all the other characters, boy oh boy, they're fun to listen to. Just not the narrator. In fact, if you ever want to feel good about yourself, go on to a certain site that sells books and go to Find to Beat the Devil by M.K. Gibson. That's the book I actually narrated. And there are some very humbling reviews on that site.
So
And
you're
I'll
basically
just,
like wah 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 wah, and then when you get to the conversation part, you're like woo,
oh
like
yeah,
that.
no, it's well, I love character acting. So each one of the characters, there was like over 20 different characters in the book, and I tried to give them each a very unique and distinct voice. And I tried to make it easy for the listener so they knew who was talking at any given time. But yeah, the narrator was yeah. I thought it was another puppet. I swear to you. I was like, oh, she's got another puppet.
Yeah,
Oh, he's so cute.
I'm trying. I'm gonna acclimate him to the puppet so that I can like have him in the videos maybe. So I did make a video with him, like I was
Maybe.
petting him with the puppets yesterday, and he didn't care at all.
Well, that's good.
So
That's comforting.
yeah.
Huh. Very nice. Very nice. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about your process. Oh, we love that you love audiobooks. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about your process when you want to come up with a new video. You just save a bunch of sounds. Do you have a certain thing? Do you visit it every day? What's the method to your art?
I just save. Well, it's been evolving because
Hmm.
like I wasn't doing this, and I didn't actually watch the videos on YouTube thinking about or not YouTube, TikTok. Come on, brain, you can do it. Um,
You can do it.
I wasn't thinking about how I was going to use them, right? I was literally just watching and just being like, wow, this is so cool. Those people are so cool. How did they even think to do that? Like, it just completely like it to me seemed like a thing I could not access. And then when the puppet stuff, and you were like, why not puppets? And I was like, literally like I think I was laying in bed when I read your comment, and then I was just like the ADHD hyper fixation kicked in instantly. I was like, I need that.
Done.
I was just full of it, right? And so I got the puppets and I started just saving sounds, but at first it was like really like obvious, simple, smart ass abrasive stuff, right? Like stuff my grandma would say. And like um and then it has been evolving. Like I started doing duets more recently, like started thinking about sometimes I even duet stuff that like isn't really set up for duet and just do like reaction and stuff. And part of it is also just seeing how people like when I duet somebody, I see how they react to it. If it makes them really happy, I'm like, that gives me some feedback to know like that worked. And so I'm still learning, and that's why I feel like constantly learning and getting ideas and starting to see when someone else does something that I can do it too. Like it's not just for them. um so when I go to do the videos, it's very fatiguing for me to do them, so I usually do like once a week. I'll just do a whole bunch
Mhm.
in one go, and then save for the week, unless I see something that has to be done now. Because sometimes there's like a sound, or somebody will send me something and be like, hey, can you duet this? Or I've had people ask me to do duets to surprise somebody for Christmas or their birthday or whatever. And so that stuff I'll go do like right then. But because it can be really tiring and take me a day or two to recuperate from doing it, I'll just like sit down and I go through and I just do it based on how it makes me feel when I hear the sound. And I usually have a couple things in my mind that I'll be like, yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing that, especially anything where Boogie looks freaked out, you know. And then and then yeah, I just do that, and then I save them all to draft, and then I put on a TV show, and then I go through and add the hashtags and information to them and stuff like that. And then it's just it's takes so much self-control to not post them all on the same day. Oh, I'm like, I get so excited. I get so excited.
No,
Yes,
I
the
don't
rep.
I,
Yep. Radio.
I don't know what that's like. If I have 10 videos, I post them one after the other. In fact, TikTok makes me mad every time they're like, "Hey, your last video is posting. We need to wait." I'm like,
Oh,
"No, we
you
don't.
like you, yeah.
No, we don't. I've got an idea. Let's go. 60 seconds isn't enough. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go." But
Yeah.
yeah.
If like so on my main account, like this account, um, I do that. I don't do drafts, but on the Puppet, account, it's different. So I do like want to spread them out.
By the way, if you're not following Lepuppets, please do that. It's Lepuppets on the TikToks.
He said pee pee.
I said PP. I said double P. I said P
Le
to the
pee
second
pee.
power. Le pipi. Le puppy. Le puppets. So yeah. So if the people who are attending are really trying to get their words into Boogie or Biscuit's mouth, that just sounds terrible. If they're really trying to get in there, what are some tips? Like, do you have like a modality for them, or just anything that strikes your fancy goes in there?
Yeah, it's pretty random, but if I don't have to edit the sound, like sometimes people are talking, they say a really good bit, but I just
Hmm,
want that bit, I probably won't use it because it's a pain in the ass to edit
yeah.
it in the app. Um, but yeah, and then sometimes it's just that somebody sends it to me and they're like, hey, this would be a really good sound, and because I'm still learning, I'll be like, why I wouldn't have even thought of that, so totally just it just depends. But yeah, like if somebody made a sound and they were like, hey, I would be like, to me it's like flattering that they want me to do that. I'm like, oh, you like me, you want me to do that. And I love you, like I actually, that's one of my favorite things, is when I'm listening to people's sounds. It's frozen.
When your
Okay.
heart's not
um
open. Ooh. Sorry.
yes, when I brain.
You were talking about
Yeah,
sounds, yes.
I got it. No, I didn't. I was there. Okay. So when I'm on this account, my main account, and I'm listening to people and they're like talking and stuff, that like, and if they do something like they sing like a little clip of something and they're just stimming and being silly, and they're not making sound for me to do stuff with. They don't even think that sound's ever gonna go to like be used. I will save that shit quick. And then like I record to it, and then I spend the next week being like, I can't wait to post it, you know, because like I think that's so much fun. Like one of my mutuals, she posted, she was just singing about her I think it was her cat's like toe beans,
Mhm.
and she couldn't remember the lyrics, and she just kind of sang, and then she's like, I don't remember how the song goes, and I was just like, oh, I like that. So I totally made a video to that, and I think those are my favorite, are doing the sounds from my people, not the sounds that you would expect, but like, yeah, it's those are my favorites.
Toe
You've given me
beans,
several.
toe beans, toe beans, toe beans.
And then right there she goes, I don't remember how the song
I
goes,
don't
toe
remember
beans.
how this song goes. Toe beans.
Yep.
That's so amazing. And
Yeah.
that's it. They're living memes. That's what I love about TikTok. They're living, breathing memes that you can share with anybody at any time. One of my favorite videos to date. Um, have you experienced berries and cream TikTok?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
I was real careful to try to filter it, but it was real hard to do because it
Mm.
like was kind of everywhere.
Oh,
So,
it
but
is everywhere.
there are some good ones.
So background, if you're not where Starburst did a commercial and had a little lad who who loves berries and cream because they were launching their Starburst berries and cream variation. Well, this happened like 10, 15 years ago. I mean, this is a marketing campaign that's long gone. Well, the person who was actually in the commercial popped back up on TikTok. And so it's everywhere. And my absolute favorite video, there is a girl, I'm sorry, a lady, bless her heart. She's having a very hard day. She is in her car about to cry. And she looked for the audio that said, they ask you if you're okay, and you say you're okay, but you're not okay. And it's a very popular, like, I'm having a bad day, do that thing. Well, somebody had remixed it. So there she is crying, trying to capture this moment. And it goes, you know, people ask you if
Stupid
you're a little
servers.
lad. And then people say, I'm not a little lad, but I love berries and cream. She's looking at the camera like sobbing bitterly because she's like, this is the wrong sound. And I was just like, I felt so bad for it, but you're laughing and you're like, that's how life is, you're just fitting to have a bad day, and somebody's got to remix that into some berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm the little
I'm
lad who loves berries and cream.
really curious, not to, I'm just completely changing subjects. I heard everything you said. I'm
Do it.
just changing
Change
subjects.
subjects. Chaos is welcome.
Yeah, I am very curious how TikTok hosts stuff and handles this kind of stuff. I used to work for a company named Akamai that's their thing, is they distribute the data in a whole bunch of data centers all over the world, with the idea that, like, say you go to like a website like Wally World or whatever, all the images and stuff are hosted on the servers that are in the data center that you're closest to. So it's based on location. The idea being that, like, the data distribution gets spread out, and then the speeds remain relatively consistent because of that. And then if one location does go down because of a storm or whatever, they can just sort of allocate the bandwidth, and then people start pinging these other locations. And so I'm just wondering, like, does TikTok have their own stuff set up? Are they, using a service like Akamai? Like, what is it? Because, like, the lagging stuff is so consistent. And it does not behave like people have bad connections. It behaves like their servers and stuff are under so much demand, and it's probably just a data allocation issue or
Ha,
something. I
that's
don't
not,
know.
you're not frozen. You're not lagging. You're
My
having data allocation issues.
my curiosity wants to know, even though I don't need to know.
Are you having data allocation issues? Call me. Toasty Tentacle, data acquisition. Um, I do have that a lot when I go to film a TikTok. Like, I've got a really great idea. You never know it because it's not on my page, but I have a really great idea and I hit the button and I'm just waiting. And I know I've hit the button and I know I can count to 3 seconds and nothing's happening because I forget that this isn't a native camera app. It's got to go to TikTok. They've got to begin recording. I mean, it's like a constant thing.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe it's just my
Because I
phone.
can have no mobile connection and still record TikToks.
Then
I
it's my
just
phone.
can't post them.
Could be
Yeah,
my
it sounds
phone.
like a phone issue.
I haven't
Because that's
updated it.
Yeah, because they save all of that data saved locally until you upload it. That's why your drafts go away when you reinstall the app. By the way, if you don't know that, don't reinstall the app if you got drafts, because you will lose them.
Yes, that's why you should go through your draft folder.
Yeah, it's
Um,
supposed to be like that.
well, my issue was that everything was stored on my phone, and TikTok, the app, only is less than a gig. I think it's only like not even 100 megabytes for the actual app, but all of the data was up to 10 gigs. I'm like, why is my phone always out of room? Because it saved everything. It saved every video that you liked. It was saving a lot of stuff. And
Yeah,
so I did. I cleared out my draft folder and then I reinstalled TikTok, and it's been a
yeah.
lot better.
I
But
let
I know it's going to creep up. So
Yeah, I let the app save everything I make to my phone, and then
mhm.
I have a RAID set up, so I just upload everything to my backup drive and then delete it. So I don't keep anything on my phone for more than a couple days. So Yeah.
Well.
Side effect of working in IT and being
Some,
paranoid. You
well,
can't,
one,
I mean, you can't live this close to San Francisco and not worry about your phone getting stolen. I mean, that's like everybody's hobby in San Francisco, stealing phones, you know?
what you gonna do today, Bob? I'm gonna go steal somebody's phone.
Yep.
Welcome to Frisco, baby.
I
Uh,
think I need to turn around. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure
no.
he's, look,
Oh, he's exploring the. No, he's taking a nap. Yeah, he's
yeah,
napping.
he's like full on, ragdoll dead weight there.
Oh yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I had a cat that would do that. He'd crawl up on my lap and just
Yeah. Turn into a puddle of fuzz.
nothing.
Hello.
I am liquid. I am liquid. All right. If you just joined us, what we're doing is interviewing the famous Ersigh, proprietor of Lepuppets.
I'm so
Lepuppets.
famous. Oh my God.
Lepuppets. You are famous. Oh my goodness. Like
It's like a,
25.
I mean, really, like like, okay, yeah. So like 1,000 people is I mean, I'm pretty sure like 25% of them are bots, but that's a fuck ton of people. I mean, really, like people are like, oh, I only have 2,500 followers, and I'm literally like, I won't have more than 4 people in my house. Like, you know,
Okay. Now,
it's amazing to me. It is amazing to be connected to so many people. You know, it's
okay.
I hope that I never lose that humility, that I do not ever like forget that that is so many freaking people. That's more people than that. Well, not my high school, but my elementary school. It's more people that were in my elementary school. So
No, I totally get that. My graduating class was
I can show you the
like
kitty.
300 people. Look at the kitty. This is a kitten break. Welcome to the kitten break.
Yes.
Hope you're enjoying the kitten break.
So Weber underscore 100 PCT, I actually have known her for a couple of years pre TikTok. She's one of my not
What?
TikTok friends that became a supportive person that got me more encouraged to post here. But we met through a cat group on Facebook. The only reason why I still have my Facebook account, actually. And that group was very, very supportive at the height of my illness, when everybody else in my life just, you know, just had these people lean in and be like, dude, we hear you. And it helped. You know, I was still really isolated in real life, but knowing that there were people who cared about me somewhere, you know, somewhere else. And like at Christmas time, I get like cards and gifts and just things, you know,
Oh,
it's cool. So
so
yeah.
cat people are good people, is what you're saying. Hmm.
Yes, especially if they have dirty mouths. It's
Well,
because there are the cat people who are like, well, you can't say that. You can't say boob or whatever. I don't know. You know, I'm
yeah,
not going to go any further
let's
than
not
that because of
test that.
TikTok.
Let's not
But
test that.
but
Yeah,
there are groups
thanks.
that are like that, and this group is not like that. They're like, you can say whatever, just don't be mean.
See, and that's what it is. Words are not a problem. It's the context of those words. That's what really is. I've had people call me a very good speaker and say it in a way that hurt my feelings
Yep,
because it's all about context, all about
yep.
the context.
I taught
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
I taught my son that how we use word matter. There are no such thing as bad words, only
It's
bad
true.
intentions. And so I had this crazy cute little kid that was running around throwing out F-bombs, but he did it correctly. He never directed them at other people, and he did not do it in public spaces. As a matter of fact, if we did it in public spaces, he'd be like, you can't do that.
It's not cool.
You
It's
can't
not
do
cool.
that. Like the rules are like, you know, and I respected that. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I totally forgot and I messed up, and you know, and you can't make rules for kids and not hold to them yourself. I mean, that's
No.
just, you
Oh
just can't
no.
do that.
Mm-mm. Yeah, every child's heart breaks when they first learn their parents a hypocrite, you know.
Yep. So I did everything I could to always take ownership of my humanity so that I was never a hypocrite. And he's an adult and he actually acknowledges the fact that I succeeded in doing that.
Wow. That's
So
the best
it's
Mother's Day card ever.
right. It's not that I'm perfect and not that I didn't do damage, but I owned it. I have acknowledged my part in it, and he doesn't feel like there's dangly bits that are raw, you know. I that did not, yeah, we're just gonna leave that.
No, no, that's good. No, absolutely. Do not
You know what I'm
explain
saying,
that.
you know, like
Don't explain raw dangly bits at
yeah, we're
all.
just
That
gonna leave
is,
it right there because we know what we're saying, right?
I need to
The
call my
royal we.
daughters. Like, have I left any raw dangly bits for you guys? Like I now I'm questioning my parenting. Like maybe I should have fed them more raw meat. I don't know. It's just
Sushi.
yeah, definitely more sushi. Definitely more sushi. Just
Drink your water.
I don't even know. Hey folks, if you have a burning question you'd like me to ask Ersigh, owner and proprietor of Lepuppets and the brand new fur mother of Amos, feel free to slap it there in the old in the box there. I mean, she can obviously read, but I
Slap what
can
in the
read your
box?
voices. The questions or
Sorry, I
comments,
wasn't listening.
whatever.
I got
Hey
distracted.
everyone, we're here. We're here. Ersigh adjacent is what's happening here. Ersigh is having a good time with Amos, and we're observing.
Yeah.
Notice the TikTok creator as they pet their brand new kitty. Mm,
Yes.
yes, brand new kitty. Yeah, yes, we did put through the emotional meat grinder. Yeah, no, that's a perfect metaphor for it, Poetry Veins. That is a perfect metaphor. If you've ever seen a meat grinder, what will always stick with me in my time, and it was only one brief evening because we had a meat grinder and Dad bought a side of beef and we just ground it. And the only thing I can remember is the sound that the meat made as it squished into the it's just like it was like a wet fart. It was just like a and you're just
Yeah.
and then it comes out the other side and you're like, oh, is this where burgers come from?
I have a meat grinder that can, if you want it, you could put like a deer leg with the bone in. I have a proper one.
When exactly do you want to include the bone in your ground meat?
When you're making food for your cats.
Sure. Sure.
I used to raise rabbits to make cat food.
Oh yeah, naturally.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that makes perfect sense. Why not?
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
that's
It makes a lot of people do that.
hey,
There's like a pause and a
listen,
discomfort, but it makes sense.
I had chicken today, I had ground beef. A lot of animals died to sustain me today. Now for me, I didn't have to watch or do any of it. So
Yeah. I
check
I
your meat privilege, folks. Check your meat
yeah,
privilege.
yeah. No, I never thought I would do something like that, but I couldn't afford, I was sick and I didn't have any money, so that was how I fed my cat that food allergies was it literally it went from costing me like between $8 and $11 a pound for rabbit meat to about a dollar every 3 pounds. So just by doing it myself. And it was a lot of work and I had people help me because I was really sick at the time. But I actually was very rewarding and I made sure they were super spoiled. They had very humane lives and very humane deaths.
Oh,
I felt very grateful for their contribution to, you know,
we,
but they're also meat rabbits are not cute bunnies. They are not what you think of when you think of bunnies. They are these, and they're not bred to be pets, so they're like not necessarily the nicest of animals. So the more you learn about them, the less it's like, oh, you're killing a bunny. No, no,
I
I'm not.
I I think you had us at meat rabbits because if anything is called a meat something, like hey, is this your boyfriend? Nah, it's just my meat friend. Oh, it's
Yeah.
your meat friend. I gotcha. Oh, that
Guess
works.
what I named my buck?
You're oh, I thought you said butt. I'm like, you shouldn't have names for your butt.
Why not?
What did you name your I mean you can, whatever. What'd you name your buck?
Mac Daddy. I have videos.
Hey, folks, if you're just joining us, context is everything. Context is most things. Context is something. Welcome back to Toasty Tentacle. I'm about to be yanked off the air. How are you doing?
I
Um,
just I just snorted on yeah,
you snorted on live television.
I
Eh.
did. Ugh.
Hey, this is the closest. This is the closest most of us are going to get to actually broadcasting our own
Yeah.
broadcasting our very own television program.
It's also the closest most people will probably be to ever actually getting to hang out with me. So, and this is pretty much how I am. Yeah.
I think this is how we all are. There's an entire generation of children that this is all they know. It's all they know for the past 2 to 3 years. It's probably what they're going to know for the next few years. So
Yeah.
yeah, we just weep because we used to go outside in the sun and play, and we don't do that anymore. No more of that, thank you. No more of that.
Yes.
Welcome back, folks. Remember, if you're just tuning in and you feel like smacking your screen with your finger, do that. And we love those likes. Likes.
Oh, so
I'm actually
what's the
hitting it.
different? How do you send a like versus what's the difference with a like and a gift?
So if you tap toward the top of the screen, so if people are watching us live, they probably see New Year, new show up there, or they might see your name in the upper left. But then about mid screen, if you just tap on it, you'll send a heart, and it'll start with your little logo, your PFP, your profile picture, and then it'll ascend into a heart. Now, the bottom next to the comment, that's where they have the gifts. Now, the gifts cost money, and we're not asking for them because that would violate community guidelines.
I just
But
I didn't even know I could do that. I feel like a jerk.
you haven't been liking folks. Hey, you know what?
I didn't
Now you
know.
know. Now you
I
know.
it would
Just,
tell me to send likes, and I
just
thought it was trying to pressure me to buy stuff. And I was like, I don't
that's
have money for that.
well, it arguably, I mean, it doesn't cost you to send a like except for your time and effort. So go ahead and tap that on your phone, practice those likes because you can like your own stream right there.
I like myself.
Hey, we're not on a selfie app just because we don't like ourselves. You think I washed this hair for nothing? Hello, folks. Look at that shine.
Wait, did that send you?
So right now, what we're doing is we're building the collective like feast that is
But
on.
can I like on yours or only on mine?
I think you can just like on yours for right now because this is technically considered your live, but I don't know.
Yeah. I know
Oh,
that if I click on you, I can send gifts, which I there we go. I sent you a gift.
oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Ersigh, for the rose. That was very nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, listen, you'll know when I really want to make money at this when you see me buy a treadmill and have car races down the treadmill. Have you seen those?
No.
Oh, you need to hang out on the lives I do because like there's one guy who does trick shots and like he'll just keep bouncing balls. Like there's an entire room full of ping pong balls and they're just trying to do one trick shot and that's their entire life is they just tick 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 tick
And then
and then they'll go and move it and because it's all like pots and pans and little cups and books and everything and it'll bounce off of things 8 or 9 times. It's
oh,
incredible. But yeah,
interesting.
treadmill racing is another great one. They take that was a good one. They take matchbox cars and they put it on a treadmill. So naturally the treadmill keeps going and then the cars through gravity will eventually one will come to the top and then the winners.
Can I see who's in
It's
here?
incredible.
I was gonna
Oh yes, Poetry
see
Veins
if
helped us out. Definitely the host gets the likes. See, this is fun
there's someone
because
in here,
what?
Big Nick. Hello, I don't know him, her, them.
Hello. Hey,
Um,
if you don't know who we are, be sure to like Ersigh's account. She also is the proprietor of Lepuppets.
Lepuppets.
Le
Uh,
Lepup.
yeah, I was gonna say Veronica's not in here, but she sent me some Hot Wheels for Christmas. So I was like, and I have a treadmill. So my brain was like, I don't need to do it for videos. I could just do it for myself.
But if you did a video of it, that would be good too.
I mean, which is gonna do better, the Baja Bug or the American Muscle Car?
And see, that's the real question because you don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
arguably, it has to do with the weight of the car or where the tires are or its specific center of gravity. But it's kind of like the Pinewood Derby that we had back in, well, boys had back in Boy Scouts. I don't know why the girls couldn't make boxcars, but I digress. The Pinewood Derby cars,
Yeah.
those were cool as
I didn't
all.
last long in Girl Scouts because of the doilies.
It's
That
incredible the amount of people that complain that gender is something you're born with, and then they give girls doilies and they give boys blocks of wood. You're like, I thought I wasn't born with a block of wood. Why don't- I I should have been taught how to make doilies, and you should have been given the Pinewood Derby car. I didn't want to
yeah,
work with wood. I
we
want to work with crocheting
we went camping and we weren't allowed to tell ghost stories.
because that's not appropriate for young
Yeah.
ladies.
Now, and mind you, when I was 8 years old, I dropped my first engine from my mini bike to like work on it. So for me, doilies and no ghost stories, what the junk?
Where,
Like,
where's my merit badge for engine repair? Where's my
right?
merit badge?
You
Isn't that
know,
incredible? I follow was it Vermilion Vixen, and she is a full-fledged full-time mechanic, and she videotapes herself, and she's like, all right, today I'm going to show you how to lubricate your, and of course, there's always innuendos like, folks, you got to lubricate your pistons. You don't want a dry piston. That's no good.
oh, you're gonna have to tell me about that. She's a story about ghost stories. I
Oh,
Yeah, I follow
nice.
somebody he works on cars, but he does like transitions and makes like anime noises
Hmm.
and stuff. And that like, of course, this is where my attention span is. So,
Yeah.
he like puts the thing in, he goes, "Oh, daddy," it's so funny.
People kept asking her where her 10 millimeter were. So she does this video where she's down on her knees looking through the drawer for her 10 millimeter. And then she looks back and goes, "Hey, step mechanic, what are you doing?" I'm a terrible person, and I'm
No,
going to
the
a
10
very
millimeter socket
hot.
is like the one that goes missing always. It's like the one, like I used to keep extra and I would still like not have any. So yeah, I really wish I could get him like on, because he's like a puddle of just too much cute. Like I'm a little
Too
sick now.
too much cute. My teeth are falling out, kitty. Stop.
Oh,
Stop.
oh, yeah,
I
it's
don't need any more dental work. Please cut it out.
I need to eat him now.
I need to. Hey, folks, you're about to witness a live kitty eating, and it's still talking about a real cat. All right, very
Yeah.
good. Still talking about a real cat.
Wait, let's see if I get Boogie to express it.
I'm talking about a real cat. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we're going a different way. I thought Boogie was
Yeah.
serenading the cat.
No.
Boogie was ready to eat the cat. Again, real cat. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Yes, he is so adorable. He is very adorable.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
so
like
cute.
I was so nervous getting him. I don't It was weird. Like we went to and I was just like the whole time, just like I wasn't worried about him not liking me or whatever. I mean, he's a cat, but like I don't know. I
How
think because like Oski filled this very particular role in my life.
Mhm.
I mean, uh, I got him when I had PTSD and literally could not handle being touched. Like literally,
Right.
if somebody touched me, my whole body would like, and then I'd like start to almost throw up.
Mhm.
So, I didn't know I had PTSD then. I did, but I knew that I had issues and I needed to be left alone for a while. So I got a cat, and he like ragdoll personality on me 24/7, and he gives hugs, like literally just like would stand up and give hugs, and especially if I was upset, and that like 16 years of that bond, I've been home with them for the last decade basically. So like it was just like once he wasn't there, it was like, oh my god, my this appendage is missing, and I think like there's a lot of emotion wrapped up in that in terms of like um not replacing him but getting another cat that could help provide something similar.
Yeah.
So But I'm really excited because I'm now texting with the tattoo artist that I'm going to work with to get a tattoo for him. So
You're
yes,
going
it
to tattoo
is.
your cat?
I am going to tattoo my cat onto my body. Yes.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I
Yeah.
got you. I got you. You're just like the tattoo for him, and I'm like, okay. Well, my friend, bless his heart, he had three little Bichon Frise, I think. No, it might have been they're very small white dogs. Oh, what are they called? Ah, it's escaping
Are they
me.
the ones where
Anyway.
the fur like grows in their eyes?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, three adorable little dogs, and unfortunately, they were all from the same litter, and that means that once the one got old and passed away, then the other two were soon behind. And
Yeah.
he's
There
got
we go.
he's got three paws on there. Oh my goodness, that's not a cat. That looks like part of your shirt. Looks
Right?
like you
It's
have a
just like
cat sweater on.
he's like a puddle.
It is. Now you're getting this on the TikTok action, but
Yeah.
our Zoom followers are just going to have to assume that there's a cat in her lap.
Let me
Well,
see
you
if I
saw the
can.
cat earlier.
Yeah. Let me see if I
Oh,
can
you're
lower.
fine. Whatever's
I lower the
comfortable.
desk a little bit.
Oh, he's
Aw.
cute. Oh, do you
There
have
you
a
go.
Varidesk? Oh, you have a variable height desk? Shut
I
the
do.
front door. Oh, that's because you care about your ergonomics.
Yeah, when I sold my house, I was like, this is all the money I'm gonna have unless I can work again at some point. I need to have things that will allow me to
Mhm.
take care of my body with the idea that it would help me get to the point that I can work again. So I got a an uplift desk, but it's really nice. And it has a 10-year warranty on all the hardware and yada blah blah. I'm a sucker for warranties, so
You know you're doing well when you bring up the warranty. I'm
yeah.
sorry. 10-year parts and labor. Parts and
Yep.
labor. Yeah, that's
Yep.
how we're talking.
Yep.
It's one of the best jobs. Well, not the best job. It was a credit card company, but yeah, we made do. The best ergonomic setup is they had all the cables came down through a central column, and then they would place six desks around that central column, and they weren't closed in cubicles. They were just open walls that were it was like you're inside half a hexagon. And the desks, when you got tired of sitting, you could just pop the thing and stand right up. And then you could do a few calls standing. And then when you got tired of that, sit right down. It's the only place I ever worked that had standard height adjusting desks for every single call representative,
That should
every
just
single
be
one.
this should just be
It
standard.
it absolutely should. It absolutely should, because it made the job so much better. Because the whole point of a human body is we want to move. We don't want to just sit there.
Right. And it's like too much sitting, too much standing, both bad, right? You need to be able to I worked at Stanford for a while and the accessibility department, and I did braille and tactile graphics and stuff. And they actually had the adjustable standing desks, but then the back half of it was also adjustable, so you could change the height of the like your monitor and all that stuff as well.
Oh
And
wow.
that was pretty cool. So I was like, I was like, at some point when I have my own setup, I want to have that.
Absolutely. Very cool. Very cool indeed. That's how it should be. That is just a puddle cat. That cat is not
Yeah,
made of bones. A cat is made of liquid and fur.
that's pretty much what this breed is known for too. Is
They, they don't call
that's
them
why they're
ragdoll
called
for
ragdolls.
nothing.
Yeah, exactly. They're like and then they're just so like he follows me everywhere. We just met
Oh,
yesterday, and he's like, and then when my partner got home from work today, he was like, what the fuck is that noise? And like looking around, and then he saw who it was, and he ran over and greeted him at the door.
oh,
First day. I'm like, you have earned your rent for like 12 months already. Like, so,
oh.
and
I
it's,
think I think that speaks highly of the breeder. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. She texted me today and checked in and stuff. So
Oh,
she actually had somebody else lined up for him. And then when I reached out, they hadn't committed. And I was
right.
like instantly like, I've done my research. It's been a couple of months. This is what I want. And she feeds raw, I raw feed. and I really wanted, I wanted a cat who was already familiar with raw feeding, was around that kind of stuff, because it can be really hard to migrate a cat that's used to like dry food or whatever. Plus
Mhm.
there's just like the health benefits and knowing that, you know. So yeah, so it was cool. And then she was like, if you can commit today, Thursday. And I was like,
Oh,
Thursday, that's like 2 days from now. I have to clean my house. Shit. Like
I can do this. I can do this. There's a
I
cat
could
on
do
the other
it.
end. I
And
can
then
do
I
it.
didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. I was,
Uh-oh. Am I offline? Don't be offline. Oh, oh no. Did the Zoom freeze? The Zoom totally
I think the cat
froze.
thing is genetics. My son has 4 cats.
Hey, there
So
we go. We're back again.
yeah. I just thought you were smiling a lot.
Yeah, no. So here's the thing I've learned is that when you live online, lag is just it's just like a rainy day. Like it has to be. I cannot tell you the number of times and the extreme hyperventilating breakdown I had. I had a really nice gig. I'm doing a corporate gig. I'm on Zoom. I'm about to run a trivia game for them. I'm like, hey, everybody, how's everything going? And nobody starts talking. I'm like, hey, guys, don't leave me alone up here. Hey, what's going I'm offline. Now, see, the issue is that I am hardwired into my FiOS. So I should never be offline
Hmm.
ever. But I was. And let me tell you, when you're about to start an event and you have to show up 3 minutes late because that's what it took for your local area FiOS to come back in. Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, there's one more corporate sponsorship we're not going to get. Hey, Verizon, sorry. I know. I was
Yep.
staring at my phone. I'm like, my phone's not even working. So,
Yeah, I
hey,
have Google Fi, and the 5G. Like my phone has 5G, and there's
mhm,
5G like everywhere because I live in the Bay Area,
mhm.
and like it shit. Will
Really?
have full 5G, and like I can't get Pokemon Go to run or anything. And then if I force it into 4G, it's screaming fast. And I'm
Yeah.
like, why?
It's
It'll
incredible
get
because
better, but it's
it
so
will, but
frustrating.
I think that there's this perpetual problem is that the technology gets better and then the technology is better so it should be able to run these current apps faster, but then the apps go, oh, you've got more bandwidth, you've got more processing power, we're going to double down. And then they're like, okay, well, now this brand new phone, which is super incredibly fast, is now at the same speed or slower than it would have been if you just left the software, like the software
Yeah.
matches the hardware, the hardware tries to go forward, then software is like no no no, and it's like this back and forth and you're like,
Yeah. And it's
hmm,
I think there's no incentive for them to streamline the softwares
right,
when they can just keep forcing us to buy more hardware.
yeah, I mean,
So
you're absolutely right. I mean, the software drives it, and the games just gobble it up, just
yep.
gobble it up.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
but yeah, I have I have a pretty good internet connection here. It's fine
Right.
until like I want to watch TV at like midnight, and then all of a sudden it goes down for like 15 minutes, and then I'm like, fine.
Oh,
And it did it like it was like 5 nights out of 7 a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, I want a discount. Can I get a discount for that? Because like I'm literally not able to use it at the time that I would use it, because I don't usually watch TV like during the daytime hours. So it
right.
was just like, yeah.
I
So I
have
got a
I
I
have
got a
noticed it.
discount.
I have noticed outages at a consistent interval in my area. Like right around lunchtime, my area takes a hit. I don't know if everybody's on their break and they're just, I don't know, but it does seem like there are certain outages throughout the day.
Yeah.
But
Like I used to have Earthlink way back in the day. And
Earthlink, wow.
yeah. And they would refresh the IP address at the same time every day, and it would always go down during that time. I own all my own hardware, so they can't do that. I don't, that's not a thing anymore. But yeah, that was really frustrating. And I was like, well, then I should have to pay as much if you guys can't keep keep this stuff up, like, you know. So
That's so funny. Well, not funny. It's irritating is what it is, but
yeah.
it's no more. So yay. Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
the screen froze. Woo!
Did I not? Oh, are we frozen? That's not good. How am I
I
not
I find the
turning on my
color of your
lights?
microphone funny.
I hope you do. I can't believe it's taken me all this time to realize that my lights weren't on. I have lights.
Dun dun.
Doggone it. Well,
I have
now
I have
what?
like a yellowish light over there, and then I have like a more whitish
What's
light over there. So I've got like a like that.
what's funny about the color of my microphone? Hmm? Hmm?
I can't say on TikTok.
Oh, okay. All right. So I
Yeah,
guess there's nothing funny about the color of my
yeah. It's
microphone.
not funny at
Mhm.
all. It's just,
Yeah,
you know,
not funny at all.
it's
So,
just it's a little bit George Takei, you know. Oh my.
oh my, oh my. I love Jersey K.
Hey, there's like
Uh,
six people in here still.
there
Are
are
you
six
guys?
people. They
Are
are
they
diehard.
like? Are you guys actually like listening, or are you like watching TV?
They're
It's on the
just
background. And you're just like clicking on
they're just like
occasion,
those
or
voices are so comforting. We're just gonna.
yeah.
It's like a chaotic ASMR.
I
Oh,
know I have straight up denial that people would enjoy like listening to me, and then I'll message with somebody and they'll be like, "Oh, I really like watching your videos, listening," and I'm like, "Really?" I'm gonna file that away as like encouragement. Yes.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of that and open that on a sad day. That's what's gonna happen. Oh,
Right?
poetry veins is listening, of course.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You know, I'd do it for one person if that one person is enthusiastic. That- we're still
I-
talking about cats, folks. That's what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
I
Real
I
cats.
would totally like if somebody was like, "Hey, jump in a live. I need to fold some laundry and I want to listen to you ramble." I can talk into thin air. I it doesn't matter how much like mistreatment I received as a child for that kind of stuff. I can just talk. And if you give me a subject, be like, "Hey, I wanted to know about the way the sugar industry buried data. I can info dump for an hour on that while you're folding laundry. Just let me know. I'm here. I'm here."
So, for those of you not
You
aware, the
are
sugar
my hype
industry during the
gal.
70s promoted sugar over fat, saying that fat was what's killing us. But come to find out, sugar lends more to heart disease than fat does. And those orangutans they've been feeding NutraSweet for the last 30 years, they're still alive.
Yep. And they yeah, the sugar causes some of the inflammation they blame fat for, and they actually buried the data. The lobbyists, blah blah blah. The corn industry did the exact same thing, and the damage is there and accruing. So yeah.
Yeah, I subscribed to Mother Jones
Super
for a while,
sketch.
and Mother Jones did an amazing article about the sugar industry and the fact that they had won a an advertising award for the promotion of sugar, where they're like, why eat an apple when you can get as many calories out of 2 spoons of sugar? And they literally had 2 spoons filled with sugar and an apple in the background in blurry focus because they wanted people to eat sugar instead of apples.
Yeah. Who needs to poop? Just eat sugar.
Just eat
Like,
sugar.
you don't need any fiber. Fiber is for fools and communists. Like,
We're talking about actual cats, just real cats. Real cats. I don't know. Thank you, FDA. Yes, thank you very much. No, thank you, FDA. Doggone it. Oh,
yeah.
hurts my
Do you know
feelings a
that?
bit.
Do you know Reggie Watts?
It sounds familiar. How do I know Reggie
Musician
Watts?
guy. I mean, he does like his own like vocal stuff, and then he like boop boop over it and stuff. And he did this song called
Oh,
"Fuck Shit
yes.
Stack."
Yes.
Fuck shit, shit, fuck shit.
Word,
Yeah. Yes. Where my
verbs,
girls at? Where my girls?
adjectives.
Yeah. Oh my god. I love
There.
it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Very
I
good.
sang that song. I stemmed. I didn't just sing that song. I stemmed that song for like a year straight and made my coworkers like hate it. And it's probably one of the few revenges I ever like got like on them, because yeah.
Gingivitis, gargle with sugar. That ought to figure it out.
Oh god.
No, it's really, yeah. Well, that's when I had my tongue pierced for a very brief time before I started cracking my teeth on it. And I remember when we got the piercing, you had to use the nasty brown Listerine because apparently so much of the like cool mint has sugar in it, and sugar isn't good in an open wound. So that was like, yeah, you got to use the nasty brown stuff.
Hmm. I used to have
Like,
my tongue pierced twice.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I had the tip done and then the back. But I put dental enamel on the bottom part, so I didn't damage my
oh
teeth.
yeah,
It still rubbed my gums a little bit, but it took 20 years instead of like. But I used the, I don't remember the brand now, but it's not Listerine because Listerine is alcohol and that kills the good bacteria in your mouth.
oh
So
right.
it's not, like that makes you predisposed to like cavities and stuff if you don't have the good bacteria.
Hmm.
And like the bacteria, like so like your enamel and your dental hygiene is important, but the bacteria you have in your mouth also plays a really big role in the health of your teeth.
Hmm.
And so like if you're killing off the bacteria, then but what I can't, it was like, I don't remember the brand anymore, but it was the no alcohol kind. And at the time, there was only like one brand that was easy to get. Now there's a whole bunch of them and stuff. But yeah, so I just remember like having to go from like to 3 different stores to find the one that the piercing told me to get. And as soon as he told me what kind to get, I was like, oh well, okay. And then I had to do it the right way. I had to do it the way he told me, So there was no Listerine in my life. But yeah.
I get most of my dental work done at the local dental school that we have in Baltimore. And what they do is every time you meet with a new student, part of their practice is to explain to you how to brush your teeth. And they're like, all right, you're going to hold it like a pencil and you're going to hold it at a 45-degree angle and gently massage. You don't want hard bristles, you want soft or medium, and it's so funny because I'm like, I understand, and I'm still not going to do it correctly. Let's clean this stuff. I come here. This is job security. My laziness is your job security. Work with me.
I go to the school at UCSF here for dentist stuff. I haven't been in a couple of years, so I'm not sure if it counts to say that I go. But when I go, that's where I go. And
Right.
they've never shown me how to brush my teeth correctly.
Wow. All
Yeah.
right. Well,
I
not
get they complain that I don't give them enough to do, so that might be why.
oh
But I
nice.
I grew up like very thin enamel and terrible, terrible teeth growing up, and it made me like super like, you know, good about it. And then I got a tooth worked on in 2011. They put a crown in, that my bite was too high, and I kept telling them my bite's not right, my bite's not right. She's like, no, it's fine. And it ends up is because she was only checking it when I sit up. In theory, they should check your bite when you're sitting up and you're laying down, because your jaw slides back, and if you're going to
Uh,
clench at nighttime, that's when it's going to matter, right?
okay. Yeah.
So I was having issues at nighttime, and I didn't get the bite fixed. And after like 2 years, it damaged my gum enough that I just have like chronic pain there, where if I don't use a water pick twice a day, I'm like in agony. Like, so now I have like a super rigid dental thing, which is why one of my favorite videos that got almost no views, I was very proud of it because it was very symbolic of my experience. But I did the what it's like to brush your teeth with ADHD, and then I did the SpongeBob 1 million years later, you know, like the little cuts in between each stage of like the dental care, you know.
A few moments later.
Yeah.
That's so much fun.
But I did it like I did the few moments later, then a few minutes, 1 week later.
Three
That's how it
years later.
feels.
Oh yeah. No,
It does. The 2 minutes with the toothbrush, I feel like I could watch an entire episode of Law and Order, I just like I've plotted out like an entire decade of like hobbies in that time. It's just
so you don't stand still much, is what you're saying. I got you.
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, I actually have found I'm better at my dental hygiene if I'm like put my headphones on or I'm watching something. I'm a little more patient. So
Okay.
it, it's not. It's not necessarily what other people do, but it helps me. So
Very good. Very good. So
yeah.
you brought up earlier that you like writing. Where's your book?
Earlier, like today, or earlier,
Early
like,
in this interview, you said that you were introduced through LiveJournal and a couple other
oh, like
places.
online. Yeah, because I
You did a
started
lot
with
of
writing.
online writing. Have you migrated that into a publishable book, or is that something you even want to do?
I just flapped my gums, sir.
Oh, okay. What do you think a book is? A book is just printed gum
Yeah.
flapping. What do you want?
So I wrote just prolifically in journal form for a very
Hmm.
long time. I did take a couple of classes where I wrote like structured stuff. I took this English class with this teacher. He's really cool. He looked like the singer from, I don't know, the word duck is in the name of it. I don't know. I'll look it up later. But anyway, it just this very particular look. And I was like, he looks like the singer from that band, but that guy's Swedish. But anyway, so he ended up like, it's relevant to me.
He looked like that one guy in that one band, but he's Swedish.
Also, you'll like the video. It has zombie ladies in it washing cars. Okay.
Obviously, who
You'll
doesn't love a
like it.
little zombie car wash?
Yeah. But I like it because it's got like a mm, mm, mm. So he ended up having us write about gender issues. That's how I learned that I was a feminist, because I didn't know, because I had grown up, I never looked up the definition, right? You know, you grow up around words, and the feminists hated men. That's what I was taught. So I had all these feminist ideas, but I didn't have a word for it. I even made zines as a teenager talking about these issues, like
Hmm.
body image issues and objectification and all this stuff. So it was there. Anyway, I took this class, and he was like, I want you guys to look at magazines that are he didn't have an accent. I don't know why I'm doing that, but he,
Keep the accent. It's a much
yeah,
funnier story.
I want you to go to the store, and I want you to look at some magazines that are made for women. See, and I want you to look at the content of those magazines, and you have a choice. You can compare three different magazines, such as like Cosmopolitan or some shit like that, right? Or you can look at some magazines that were made for feminists. And anyway, so and it was like you're supposed to just kind of talk about like uh basically the issues in the mainstream magazines, and how they dumb down, and how they basically tell women that their value is to be wanted by men. And then like, yeah, so I got really excited. Got really okay. And I like wrote
Okay,
this.
like really
I He
excited.
was like, two pages,
So excited.
2 pages. And I turned it like, it was like 8-ish to 10 pages, and I
Hmm.
had taken 3 of each and then done like an in-depth comparison that ended up talking about like grape culture and like all this other stuff. And he was like, okay, well, this is a lot more than I asked for, but oh my god, like you need to take these classes, you need to be doing this. And I never took any more classes.
So what you're saying is you're an un no, I wouldn't say un you're not a professional
Hey,
writer, but you're gonna
Tori,
think about it. Welcome,
Tori,
welcome.
Tori, Tori.
We're still talking about real cats.
Did you
Um,
have your chocolate milk today?
yes. Did you have your chocolate milk today? I had
I
my
don't
chocolate
drink
milk
milk.
today. No one asked me about my chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Drink chocolate milk every day, doggone it. And it's lactate. So I feel like I'm cheating, but I'm not really. Not
I
really.
Yeah, I don't have any milk in the house.
No milk.
No milk.
See, you strike me as the kind of person that would have like pigeon milk or some other random thing that you shouldn't be milking. And you're just like, yeah, I got like a
I
half
have
quart of
puppet
turtle
milk,
milk.
thank you very much.
Oh, I bet you do have puppet milk.
Milk of the boogie is so good.
Wow, folks, I think that's all the time we have for today. Oh, would you look at the time? My goodness. Wow. Let me go
Well,
ahead and
I'm
hit
like
some more
super
likes
red.
on there.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. My face literally looks like Halo. Red versus blue. Look at that. Yes, it's very
Look at the
nice.
kitty.
It's so
Yak milk.
amazing.
Yak milk.
Yak milk. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. You seem like the kind of person that's going to have like buffalo milk somewhere and be like, I didn't even know you can
Lego
milk
milk.
buffaloes. Lego milk?
Lego milk would be the revenge for the middle of the night step on Lego moment. When you
Are
you
you
know, when
putting
you
Legos in milk?
no, you just step on the Legos and then you throw them into like a milking machine for Legos. It'd be like, oh, you shut up in there.
Okay, so just so you understand, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have molten plastic. So I don't think there's any
No, no,
juice in
no,
Legos.
no, no, they have milk.
Okay. I'm gonna gnaw on this until I get
Llama
some
milk.
juice.
Yeah, Legos are fun. I have a Lego bonsai tree on my desk over there,
Oh, fantastic.
but I have a cat, so
No, I totally understand.
yeah. So as far as writing, I did do the NaNoWriMo.
Oh, very good. Very good.
And that was weird because I did it through voice recording, which is a very different process of than writing. Like I habitually wrote, or I wrote with my hands typing,
Mhm.
and that accessed my brain in a very direct way, whereas talking is like woo, like all over the place, right?
Yes.
So I basically have 50,000 words that I need to organize. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that next NaNoWriMo. But I would like to get back into writing a little bit, even if it's, but I think I'm probably just gonna end up podcasting and think about writing.
And that's fine.
Lego milk machine for
I
difficult llamas.
For very difficult llamas. You got llama milk drama is what you got.
Llama milk drama.
Who doesn't milk a llama? What I would encourage you to do, let me just plant the seed in your brain, and then of course I'll water it because I'm irritating like that. Just think about publishing something. Doesn't have to be fiction, doesn't have to be nonfiction. It can be anything. A book is the new business card. So if you're thinking about, your podcast and people are like, oh, I love your podcast. And you're like, well, until we get sponsors, here you can purchase my book or my t-shirt or my, merch. Do you do you have any merch? Do you have any merch that you're thinking about?
I do not. No.
That's a no.
I've never
folks.
thought. I've never thought
no.
about it. I really,
Okay.
I've never thought about branding myself. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I how to milk a pigeon.
Very carefully. They have
Okay.
very
So,
small.
So one of my plans in the next few years is I want to raise quails. So I could get really close to that. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. So a cow weighs what?
I said
600 pounds?
quail.
Oh, no. I understand.
Yeah, okay.
But
Okay.
just a cow.
Yeah.
A cow weighs like what, 600 pounds, 700 pounds? They're massive beasts. At least a half a ton, maybe a full ton.
They say moo.
They definitely say moo. So the milk sack on a cow of 600 pounds, probably a gallon. So the milk sack on a pigeon that weighs maybe 8 ounces.
And delicious.
It's going to have a literal teaspoon.
Where would milk even come from a bird? I mean, they just have one spot, right?
If you have to ask, you probably don't want the answer.
Yeah.
Don't want the answer. Don't look up ducks. Don't look how ducks love to love.
Quail milking for fun and profit. Yes, that's a fancy. I'm not saying, I don't even know how to say that correctly. So the chocolate. That's what I'm going to say. The
cloak.
The chocolate.
That's not where the milk comes from. Okay.
I want to raise quails for the eggs.
You can raise them for the eggs. They have
no bad cholesterol.
Like if you eat the eggs, there's no bad cholesterol in quail eggs?
Yeah. I mean, the reason why chicken eggs are not bad for you is because they have a balance of the good and the bad cholesterol, right?
Oh.
But the quail eggs have only good cholesterol. So
good to know. Very good to know. I did not know that. I did not know that at all.
And they taste good when you cook them.
The quail eggs.
No, the quails.
The quails taste good when you cook them? Sure.
Yeah.
You don't get many quail eggs if you cook the quails. Hmm.
Yeah, well, you have to have like, dedicated eggs and dedicated meats.
Got to have meat quails.
I have,
Remember, when you're
yes,
picking up your
I have
meat
a plan.
quails.
When the world ends, I will be the person you come to for protein. Okay, I am the protein person.
Nice.
Yes,
Very nice.
yes.
Well, if you're just joining the discussion, we're talking about apocalypse
I
protein
this is
sources.
yes, this is gonna. I know this is going on the internet.
Oh, this is definitely going on the
It's on
internet.
the internet. Yeah,
This
it's
is
on the internet.
gold. It's on the internet right now. Well, see
uh,
that's a fun thing. I don't know if you noticed or not, but your live is being recorded. So
yeah, I
everything
get to
you're
go through
doing,
it later
everything
if
I'm
I
doing, you can go
won't.
through it.
I'm not going
Um,
to.
you don't have to. But if you wanted to, you could upload it to YouTube.
It's true. I was thinking when I do future lives, I'm gonna start recording like for podcast sounds because I could probably pull stuff from it.
Right.
And
I tried my
yes.
bestest to figure out how to run the TikTok through my PC, but apparently that's not somewhere they are right now. Like TikTok is thinking about doing it, but there's a software called OBS, which is open broadcasting software. And like you have to go into the program, you have to ask like it's not set up for TikTok, but it's like set up for Facebook Live. So you could take Facebook Live, they'll give you a key. You have to take that key to the OBS software, and then it's allowed to broadcast through Facebook Live. Um, my mom's church actually uses it. They use a program that puts up like all the songs, and then they'll do the sliders, and they've got huge monitors behind the pulpit, so somebody's up there running the screens. So I'm
Interesting.
looking forward to that. Quails are adorable. I'm sorry we talked about eating them, but yeah,
Yeah.
they
They
are
can be
adorable.
adorable and delicious.
They most people are. What most quail are. I
It's
can be
nice that I
adorable.
yeah, it's
See,
nice that I was not the only one in this conversation that like went there.
oh yeah, that's going to be a TikTok when we're done here. It's going to be like, what? You can be beautiful and delicious. Just I'm
Well,
writing that
I
down.
do
Writing
have a
it down.
sound saved from you or that I made a video from or something of you talking about like something about like have you ever just looked at your person and something about eating them. So, this
I
is
don't think
not a
that's
new
my
idea
sound.
from you. No, it is you. It is you. You will
You have to
see.
look
I will
at
prove it. I can prove it to you.
Okay, now folks, I don't remember all the TikToks I make. And let's say I have real selective memory. I can be delicious. Wait a minute. I can be pretty and delicious. There we go.
My butt hurts.
Oh yeah, no, we should totally do a stretch. We should do the stretch. All right, everybody, let's get up and stretch. Oh yeah. Oh, good
Look at the
times.
kitty.
Good times. Look at
Look
the
at
kid.
that resting
Look at
bitch
that
face.
kitty. Oh, kitty is so cute. Doesn't even look real. Your kitty
I
doesn't look
know. He looks like a clown. He's got this like eyebrow thing going on
and it's
and
some serious
like,
kitty face.
hey, it's work legacy.
Oh, he's so precious.
He so work legacy when I first was trying to like talk myself into making a video with my face on it.
Yes.
He was the one that was like, just do it. And I was like, okay. And I did it. It was like, it helped me so much to have somebody out there just be like, I want you to go do the thing, go do the thing. And I did it.
Go do
And
the
here
thing.
I
Do
am.
the thing. I love the thing. Do the
I'm
thing. Do
doing
the
my
thing.
first live. Yes, with my angry
Oh, right
Klingon
in the
looking
teeth.
kitty.
Right in the teeth.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, Warped Legacy, have you tried defractionated coconut oil in your beard? Just that's what I use in my hair. Just wondering.
Oh yeah, defractionated coconut oil.
Yeah, because it's like not, it goes in really nice, but it's not heavy at all.
No, it's
So
great. They always bust me in the Trader Joe's when I'm in the coconuts, just like smashing them against my head, be like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. She told me to use fractured coconuts. Here it is.
yeah, fractured. That's what I said.
That's actually absolutely what you said. I'm sure of it. Hey, if you're just
Yep.
joining us and you want something to do, Click on that screen. You're at over 10,000. Well done.
Okay.
Well done. Clickety
Wow.
click. I have a
Somebody's
feeling.
gonna have some RSI though.
Well, we don't want any RSI, so no repetitive stress, folks. Tap once. Just tap once. It's all good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
there you
does
go.
cost a little more than some of the other oils, but I've tried a bunch of them just because like the curls, and then I have like my skin is like super sensitive to like everything because of the mast cell stuff, and that's like the one thing that I can use, and I don't have any issues if it gets onto my skin underneath or anything.
Hmm.
So
Do you find it's comforting to your scalp, so you have less like maybe itchy scalp? I don't know if you deal with itchy scalp, but
yeah,
does it help with
I
that at
do I
all?
do
Or
have itchy scalp from the mast cell.
hmm.
The meds help a little bit, but I don't put it directly on my scalp. I just put it like in my curls, so my hairs to help you know, with the texture and stuff because I have
Okay.
kind of thick hair, thick hairs.
Thick hairs. Got hairs.
Yeah,
Thick
it makes it
hairs.
feel softer, and then it's less frizzy. I
Totally.
can't I can't. He's just like a beanbag, a little Klingon beanbag.
He is
Mhm.
very just like whatever. Move me around as much as you want.
He's a little
I'm
bit
out.
gassy, and I gotta tell you, kitten farts, they're not as bad as greyhound farts, but they're pretty bad.
Folks, if you're just joining in, we've moved
Yes.
from quail milk over to greyhound farts. That's right. If you've got a weird
No,
animal story, now's the time to tune in. We're talking about
yeah.
actual kitten
Yes.
farts.
Let me tell you, because like greyhounds, the joke in the greyhound community is if you want to destroy your social life, get a greyhound because they get so excited when people come over, they get gassy. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
That's
I always
straight
gave my
protein right
greyhound
there.
Pepto before people came over because I literally had people be like, I, you know,
Why are my eyes burning? Well,
you're not gonna have to pluck your nose for a while.
fun story. We got a greyhound, as you well aware, because it's been up your butt for the past 5 minutes. Um, yeah,
Oh,
no,
you're
I was at
so
my
warm.
friend's house and he got a brand new little dog or something. It's a
I don't know if you
king
can.
something terrier.
Let
Oh,
me.
oh, that's
Yeah,
adorable.
yeah. I'm
I'm
planning.
sorry.
I
It's
totally
very
changed the
cool.
subject. Sorry, but he had serial numbers tattooed because he was a racer. So I'm planning on getting his numbers put in here eventually.
Oh, cool.
So.
The only thing I've heard about greyhounds was not their farts, but that they have greyhound rescues are very diligent in their home interviews because greyhounds are such a high energy dog and they need attention, or at least that's what they said.
They're like renowned couch potatoes.
Oh, okay. I had that
Yeah,
all wrong.
but the rescues are very diligent. Like
Mm.
it's a bit much. They tell you things like greyhounds cannot swim. Do not allow them into water. They are incapable of recall, so therefore you can never take their leash off of them. Just stuff like that because they're afraid of people doing the wrong thing and you
Mhm.
know. So
Did you
it
always leave the leash on the dog? I mean,
no,
no.
no, I trained him to have recall. We spent about a year working together.
Mhm.
And my dog actually he raced for 6 years, so he was actually most dogs are they only race for like 2 years and then they're retired. He raced for 6, so he was actually one of those high energy. So we walked 5 miles a day every day. Most greyhounds, yeah, maybe a mile. That's it, and then they just want to sleep. They take their retirement very seriously, but yeah, like so we would go to we have really nice dog parks here along the coastline
Mhm.
and they're kind of enclosed, so they're pretty safe. Like even if he bolted, he's not going to go far because there's
Right.
like a gate and stuff. But I just trained him, and greyhounds are very smart and they're very sensitive. So like if you want them to not do a thing, you don't be like, don't you do that. You go, I am disappointed, like that, and literally just head down, walks over. Like, he used to put himself in the corner when he did it bad. I didn't even have to tell him he did it bad. He would just put himself in the corner. And it like, I was just like, oh.
You did it bad. Don't do
Yeah.
it bad.
I didn't even have to tell him he did it bad. He told me he did it bad.
That's funny. So basically you just disappointed in the dog. That's amazing.
Yeah, he really didn't do that many bad things anyway. He was such a,
Well, sure.
they come to you trained. So,
it, it's funny. A friend of mine used to be a whale trainer at SeaWorld before they got rid of their whales. And she said, when you're training a giant whale, I don't think she had the killer whales. Or they're called sperm whales. What was she training? Oh, dolphins, I think she was. Yeah, I think she was training dolphins.
Well,
what kind of whale?
Dolphins.
A dolphin whale.
Dolphins. Sorry, I was trying to say, yes, whales and dolphins, they're still the same, but instead it came out dolphins. So dolphins. I'm keeping it.
She was definitely training dolphins, and which sounds really cool. Apparently she said the way you train something that is literally 10 times your size is you ignore it. Like if the whale wouldn't do the trick, she would just look away for 3 seconds. And then, it'd be splashing and splashing, wanting attention. Then she's like, all right, let's try it again. I'm just like, wow, like that scene from Harry Potter really happened. Like the animal is proud. Don't mess with its pride.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I know. I feel like a lot of animals are more receptive to how we feel about what they're doing than we give them credit for.
Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of pets understand what their owners are going through. Apparently, Amos understands you're tired. That is some sleepy empathy right there. Day.
Yeah, he's probably gonna keep me. He was jumping on my face at 6 a.m, so I'm sure he's gonna do that again today.
That's how you know it's time to feed him.
Let's get him up close. We have another cat person in here.
Meow meow.
I wish I had the microphone hooked up because then you could hear him purring.
Oh.
Yeah. He's gonna have like a big purr. I'm curious to see if it'll be as big as Oski's, because Oski was like he would be hiding from me and you could hear, I'd be like, Oski, and he'd start purring because I said his name. Oh. He'd be like, oh, she said my name. And then like I could find him because he purred so loud. So
I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah. A good purr is just very comforting and relaxing.
Yeah. No, I loved his purr. It was special. I was like, like all cats' purrs are awesome, but some cats just have like, so we'll see when he gets bigger. He's still so little. I actually thought he was older and then I saw him. I was like, oh, he's a baby.
Well, I think it's because ragdolls are bigger. I mean, they're bigger cats, don't they tend to be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, it's so precious. So I love how in your TikTok you brought a cat carrier, but then you held the cat the entire way home. I was like,
the cat carrier was just in case he was uppity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I had a feeling he was going to be he's so little. If he was a teenager, probably need to put him in the carrier.
Oh sure. Oh.
Man, that's gonna be like the best kind of purge.
Oh, that's precious. Very good. So how can we follow the wonder that is Ersigh? Like where do we find you? Obviously we can find you on TikTok, and for our YouTube crowd, TikTok at Ersigh, Ersigh. Or Lepuppets.
Actually, my YouTube, I don't have enough followers to use my username. I still have to use my whole name, which is part of the reason why I haven't advertised my YouTube, because like that irritates me. So but I am Ersigh everywhere. I've had the same username for 26 years now. So I am very stalkable.
Now see, that's an interesting dilemma because you don't get enough followers to change your name, but then you don't want to change your name like you obviously want to change your name to maintain an online persona and that level of, just a nice social distance. It's
Mhm.
don't publish your stuff out there. But until you get
Yes.
enough followers, like how are you supposed to get enough followers to change it
If
if
if you don't use the thing that people look
yeah.
for. Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. That's fun. But hey, until
I'll
you're
get there
there,
eventually, I
well,
guess. I mean, I don't know. I've had a YouTube account since, or since the first month of YouTube was open. So, you know,
have you tried changing it recently, or has that been a recent?
yeah, that's
Okay.
that's how I discovered you have to have 100 followers. So,
Oh no.
and I went to my friend, like my social media stuff. I mean, if I put it on here, I probably would get it. But like
Mhm.
when I went to my social media, like Facebook and stuff, like people are like, oh yeah, I'll follow you, and then they didn't. So
Well, it's
yeah.
it's a tough thing. It's funny because when you're used to the rhythm of TikTok and you try to go to like Instagram, you're like, oh, this is okay. But then you go to YouTube and you're
Well,
like,
they all use YouTube though.
you're
Everybody uses
nuts.
YouTube,
Yeah, because
you
YouTube
know?
has a better profit sharing. TikTok
Yeah,
is like
but
the
they so
commercial for
then
your YouTube
yeah, but
account.
none of my friends use TikTok, right? So like that's my point. Is like I everybody I know here, with the exception of Weber underscore 100, are people that I met like here, right? So before I wanted to start my podcasting, and I wanted to I was also just going to put some of my TikTok stuff on there just for the friends who wanted to see my stuff but did not want to join TikTok. So I was going to do the extra work to do that. And so I was like, hey, I would really love to have my profile name and my URL use the username that I use everywhere. Um, and could you guys just like follow, and it just, and I know they use it and they just didn't, and it's fine. It's nothing. I'm sure they just forgot or whatever. And I'm not going to, I'm
Oh
not going to be a
yeah.
nag. So, um, but it was just like, so I haven't really put it out there, but like my Instagram, and I just started using Snapchat again. Um, so I
I
post,
I can't
I've
handle
been
the
posting my,
impermanence of Snapchat. I can't. I save too much stuff.
yeah.
I do. I save it all.
So what I've been doing on Snap is I started using Snapchat because people I connect to here, that's the one thing we had in common. And it's frustrating to DM on TikTok because it censors and I have a potty mouth.
Right.
So, and I try to be really mindful of not allowing my communication habits that are necessary for TikTok to not get in trouble
Mhm.
to spread into everywhere else, because I don't want to talk like that. you
Right.
know like I don't want to say what the what the duck, you know.
Oh yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to censor myself, and I don't want to get in the habit of that, so it's really nice to be able to like chit chat on Snapchat and stuff and not worry about being censored. I can use like the correct words for anatomy without getting in trouble. Um, and so what I've been doing is like I've been posting my photography
Mhm.
again. I just started doing that after like a decade of not sharing it.
Hmm.
And I put that on Instagram, and I've been sharing that on Snapchat as well. And um, brain fart. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't use
Yeah. No,
Twitter,
that's great.
so
So have you linked your Instagram and your TikTok profile? Fantastic.
yeah, yeah.
So
And then
go there. Check out
I think
those.
because I have two Instagram accounts. I have one that's just me.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
just opened that up public just recently. It's kind of a big deal that I'm being public in my social media because I was private for a very long time.
Yeah.
Um, and then my second account is for my snail mail stuff, which is one of my special interests. So I post my stuff that I receive from people. So I send out stuff all the time, but I also receive stuff, and periodically I'll go through, take pictures of them, and then post them up and share them so people can see all the cool random stuff I get from people. So
Very cool.
yeah, I really enjoy that process because I get the thing and I get to see it, and then I get to take pictures of it and then kind of re-explore it as I share it again on social media, which is usually like a year after I've gotten it because I'm like backlogged. So
Well, I mean,
yeah.
art is art whenever you decide to make it.
Yep.
So that's fun. Very
Yeah.
cool. All right. So they can check out Instagram. Of course, we can do Lepuppets. Lepuppets.
Yes.
Very nice.
Le
That's where we
pipi.
see Boogie Biscuit and Nikki. And there are there new puppets for 2022? I mean, I'm not trying to give away anything, but are there some new friends coming up?
His
Boogie,
face is just so like
Boogie, are you eyeballing me? What's going on, Boogie? What's going on?
um now he's like face down. Yes, puppets. So I have
Yes.
my son bought me some puppets. I have them
Oh,
here. Um if I can do it without dying, you get to see my PJ pants, very colorful.
very nice PJ pants.
I only grabbed one of them, but
Hey, that's
there's
okay.
so
Look at
he
the
got me
teeth on that
these.
thing.
I know I love the face. Sorry, kitty. But because the head is flat, in order to control it so that you could have a facial expression on camera, you gotta like
Yeah.
really, and I tried it and then my wrist hurt for like 3 days after. So I emailed the guy that made it. Ooh, did I tell you about the movie night?
Maybe. Oh yeah, you're getting folks together for a movie night.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow. It's a
All right.
puppet movie with murder and stuff.
Oh right, the puppet
Yeah.
movie's tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if anyone's interested in that, just message me. I can send you, I'm gonna stream it on my Discord tomorrow at 5 p.m. Western time. I say Western because it annoys me that it's either Pacific or Eastern. Like, why isn't it Western and Eastern and Central? Why is it Pacific, Central? And okay, so that's why I do that.
Because the country started on the East Coast. That's why.
Yeah, but they started over there.
Yeah. So
Why
we
why
start
didn't
in
so
Eastern.
why didn't they do Western?
I don't know. It's probably a
Why is the
marketing thing.
nomenclature not consistent?
Welcome back, folks. We're irritated about nomenclature. Not sure what nomenclature is. Neither am I, but that's okay. Because I've used that word this year. No, I do appreciate the stimulation. That was good. So you're on West Coast time.
Yeah, so it'll be like around
fair
5
enough.
p.m. I'll probably start to because it's on it's like rentable on Amazon, so I was just gonna rent it. Anyway, the guy that did the puppets for that movie, he made these puppets.
Oh, very
And
nice.
I emailed him saying, these puppets hurt me. What can we do? And so he offered to take them back and make me a custom monster puppet for square trade. Like, just that's it. Like, I don't have to pay extra. He asked me what color. I was like, can I have some teeth? I would really like some teeth. So I yes, pretty much no US nomenclature makes
Just
sense.
keep going.
Yes.
These
So
puppets
and then he
hurt
was
me.
like, and he's like, would you like black arms or fuzzy arms? And I was like, well, the backdrop is black, so, and I'm really lazy, so it's probably really a good idea to have fuzzy arms. And yeah, so I will be getting a puppet from him. And then after Oski died, I had like a freak out thing where I just really wanted a buy something.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
No,
I
that's
ordered a
perfect.
puppet from a guy in Spain that should be coming. I had forgotten about this puppet guy because he hadn't responded to my email in a month. So I completely and then he emailed me like 2 days after. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have 2 new puppets. That's not a bad thing, but
Yes, it is when the puppets hurt you.
well, the new ones won't, because it'll have a normal thingy.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I think they hurt you in a general sense.
They hurt me good. They make me feel happiness, right? That's good hurt.
Put the hurt on me, puppet.
Yeah.
Put
I
a
mean,
hurt
you
on.
could argue that every sensation that we feel is a form of pain according to our nervous system. It's just whether or
Pain.
not we like it.
The only difference between pain and pleasure is interpretation.
Yep. They hurt me good.
Hurts so good. I might have to age restrict this video. I don't know. Probably not. We're fine.
Yeah.
Kids today, they have worse language than we do.
I
See,
have a lot of kids that follow me.
I'm just wondering why the
Pain
designer of
puppets.
that puppet just went,
Flat.
let's split their head in half. Like,
Well,
I love the effect, but
so he's supposed to be like an alien overlord. You see
oh,
which
so
I've only used it for the one video where he says, I don't say blah blah blah. You know, like that's the only video I've used it for.
that's so Biscuit is royalty. Very
Yeah.
nice.
They
Alien royalty.
both Boogie and Biscuit have
Have the
the
little
thing.
things.
I
That's
just
adorable.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because I follow your account. I'm getting a lot more puppet content. Like I do puppets. I just don't do a lot of puppets. No, not as much as you. You puppet. The puppet game is strong.
Yeah. And then I started doing the LED thing, which is like different.
Oh,
That
I saw that. I was like, what's
that
going on here? And you're like,
yeah. It really that was really hard for me to do. I'm
okay.
very proud of myself that I did that.
It was very off brand, and I was happy to see it. That was very
It's
nice.
really like for me, the only times that I've ever danced has been when I went to like industrial clubs, right? And I don't
Okay.
know, have you ever been to an industrial club? Like with
Once or twice.
goth rivet heads and stuff. So for you guys, if you've never been to one, industrial clubs, they're kind of like where the people who don't fit in go, and you don't have the meat market environment. You have people kind of, they tend to wear dark clothes, but they tend to wear like whatever they feel good in. So you have like I used to this club where there was a regular, this older guy would come in wearing like Viking horns and a diaper. Okay. And that was his thing. And he was really happy and he'd come in and dance all night long. And I loved it. His joy gave me joy, right? Like one of the things I love about like those clubs is the fact that there's no body policing. You have like diversity of body types. The meat market thing, just it's not really there that much. I never got hit on, which is great. I don't want the attention. I want to go, I want to listen to music. And on occasion, if it feels right, I want to move my body and dance and steps to the music. And I don't want to be
Yeah.
bothered. And everybody, for the most part, dances alone. You know, like you go to like a mainstream club and you dance. A woman dancing alone is going to get some dude grinding on her, and then I'm going to get arrested.
Yeah.
So, you know,
No, there's some the club locally. I don't think it's open anymore, but Club Orpheus in Baltimore had goth night on Saturday nights. I saw somebody walk in a full gimp suit on a leash, and they had these lifts, like these really tall cages that they were walking on. So they were a good 7 feet tall, and I was
yeah,
like, "Oh yeah, we're dancing."
yeah. I love the baby goths on TikTok who are like, men in eyeliner, wow. And I'm like, yes, that's been wow for a really long time.
Where have you been?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just
Well,
like,
I was
I'm like,
emo before emo
welcome.
knew it was emo.
Yeah. But so like that environment, I felt very safe in that environment. And um I miss that, like in part because my health issues won't let me go and stuff like that. So like I miss connecting to music. And then I'm also very private about my music taste, because it's very different from other people. Like going through my follower feed and everybody's doing these like music reaction videos or whatever, and I either don't
Drop
know the
'em out.
music.
Let me see them. Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that I either don't know the music or I'm like, oh, right. So and it's I can't, it's one of my things. It's that bad music that I don't enjoy is a sensory no. It's not, I'm not being a
Mm,
judgmental jerk. It
okay.
literally feels bad and I can feel it in my nails and my skin and stuff. And I'm literally like, I'll be in a grocery store and there's something on and I'll start getting really pissed and I'll be like, why am I mad right now? And then I'll realize it's the music, right? And so it's really hard because I don't have this thing in common that's such an important thing to the average human being. Like the stuff I listen to is like on the occasion I've met people I have music in common with, they're usually from like Europe or something, because that, you know, so I tend to feel really isolated in terms of my music taste. And so I was like, why would I make these videos where I can enjoy my music and share my music, give a little taste,
Ah, see,
right?
I like it. I like the song. I thought it was good. I follow a lot of LED accounts. Spicy Brat is one that comes to mind, and they're all silhouette. So you had an LED mask on, but they usually do full silhouette with color lighting in the background, and then they'll have like light up ears, and then they'll do like the I know you've seen them, but like the LED, you pop it in your mouth. It's basically an LED that's designed to sit in your mouth and light your mouth up. So then they'll do their videos that way, and they're, these cute ooh ooh and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen any of those.
Oh, I'll have to next time I run across it. Um, it was fascinating, just fascinating. Yeah, just I love finding little corners. I found a corner of TikTok where there's a guy that just goes, "Hello, you have reached a door that you're not supposed to open."
Thank
And
you
it's
for
like,
hanging
I
out
don't know. Oh
and for
yeah.
being encouraging.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
guys.
hanging out. Hello, howdy hope is quick for you.
Yeah, like, so TikTok, literally, I interact with her, we DM each other, I go through her videos, I watch them all, I never see her stuff in my following. And
Yeah.
like, and it wasn't like that before. I used to see her stuff. Yeah, enjoy the movie. And the social stuff like that's so hard for me. I'm like, am I doing it right? Am I doing that right? Was that okay? Did it sound false? Did I, like, I just like, oh, my brain. Okay, anyway. So anyway, really like annoyed by
Do you do you want her
the,
not to enjoy the movie?
no, I do want to enjoy the movie. I just feel like it didn't
No.
sound right, you know?
I,
Um,
I it
yeah,
sounded right.
you have not, it just, the algorithm, like, just, and I've noticed there's people that I used to interact with, I don't see them anymore. And like,
Mhm.
are they still making stuff, or
Well,
are
they
they being
are.
buried?
They're definitely being buried. I mean, 6 months ago, I probably had half as many accounts that I was following. So I trust the algorithm to show me stuff, but like I've got to be on TikTok for 2 or 3 hours before I start running across some old stuff.
Yeah.
And I've heard creators complain about that. If you don't release something every single day, you don't stay on the front of that queue. And people, they're not going to show you old library, not when we've got new stuff right now that we can show you. I
So
don't know.
I've noticed when I don't post as much, all of
Mhm.
a sudden people start seeing my older stuff. So
Okay.
I think it depends on what the algorithm's doing with your account, you
That's
know.
true.
But I also feel like I'm trying to figure out how to explain the pattern that isn't, that I can visualize in my brain. Um so the algorithm is like this thing that's, there's all these different, things, and what, how people interact with it changes, in a really big way. So people doing stuff over here in this part of the algorithm can impact the users over here, even though they don't seem related. There's like this whole thing that the data is doing. And then, but it also feels like, you have like a group of people and you're interacting with them. And when you add new people, it kind of puts them like on top of the older people. So you're not getting like a good salad mix of, it was like somebody forgot to mix the beans and all the
No,
original
yeah,
friends are at
yeah,
the
yeah.
bottom, right? And it, so there's like these multiple things that are happening, and they're not, the following things should be pretty close to linear, and it's not. Like I'll see some new stuff and then I'll see really old stuff, and it's not, it should be linear, not just like the few people decide to show me. It should be linear for everybody, you
Right.
know. There's, and I think that one, it's, that's, like, functionally, that's what I want. I want to have, I don't want to have the algorithm tell me what to see. We can have that option if people want that, but give me the linear, like, RSS feed style, right? I want that. But I also think, like, if it was linear in a functional way, people would not be like collecting, would not be like following thousands and thousands of people, because there would be a sense of accountability, because you wouldn't be able to like, like it's almost like I'm wondering if the algorithm works the way that it does for the following, in part because people follow so many people.
I
Like
mean,
I only follow like 200 people. I'm one of those assholes,
I follow
right?
4,000.
Yeah, and that to me, that's not, you cannot be an authentic interacting person if you're following that many people. There's just no way. And it's okay that you do that if you're getting what you want from it.
Oh,
But
I get
for
what I want
me,
from it.
but
Toasty
like for
gets.
me, like it's really important that that I'm seeing the people I want to see, that I'm seeing the things that I have chosen to sign up to see, and there's not a single social media site that offers that, um, that people actually use.
Well, I think it's because there are no free social sites that do that. If you were actually going to do some kind of pay model, I believe that might be offered. But the whole point of the algorithm is to seamlessly inject commercials into your feed so that A, you don't mind it, B, you don't turn off the app, and C, you might actually like them. So are we staying alive now? I'm not sure what's going on, but there we go. They do
Yeah,
show it out of order. But I
but
tell you this, if you
they could
interact with
still
stuff,
they could
it'll
still
keep
put
it
the
there.
ads. They could still put the ads in, even if they put it, even if they put, because like we're using the app knowing that the ads are part of it, right? So like if you use Facebook, they have the option to say see view latest or whatever, and then things will be like in order. And
Mhm.
there's still ads. I mean, that's just part of the
Well, yeah,
agreement.
there's still ads, but okay. So whenever I download certain games on my phone, there is if it's a free game, then there will be an ad constantly on the screen. So the whole time I'm playing the game, there's a little scroll at the bottom. And then every time I achieve a new level, then they have a little commercial for me. That drives me crazy. I'll throw them $1.50 or $3 or whatever they need to just get rid of the ads. So I get a sense like TikTok doesn't want to become those ads because people are probably not going to spend $3 on TikTok, even if they
Hmm.
said, hey, you could have all these benefits if you spent $3. They would rather have people tip during a session. If you're going to spend money on the app, that's the way they want to funnel it, because then the creators are like, oh, wow, we can make stuff and we get paid for it. And then they're like, absolutely. And here are some ads on the way to greatness. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm, the algorithm is never going to work 100%. But it's interesting how it shows certain things. Like because I'm Toasty Tentacle, I get a lot of people that have tentacles. Like, oh yeah, like somebody became my friend because they made Doc Ock out of a snowman. They made a Dr. Octopus snowman, and of course they had mentioned tentacles. And because I mentioned the octopus at Walmart in my video yesterday, somebody was like, "Hey, I got the octopus from Walmart." So clearly there's some things behind the scene because I don't have any tags in my video. They don't have any tags in their video.
Well, they use
They're listening.
the vocal and the captions
Oh yeah.
too.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
I've had videos just immediately get taken down because I said the word dummy. Like I'm like, "Oh, that sounds really dumb." And they're like, "Nope, violates bullying." I'm like, "I'm calling myself dumb." Like, but that's how the
You
algorithm works, you know.
shouldn't bad talk yourself. Come
No,
on.
I shouldn't bad talk
No,
myself,
shouldn't.
but it was a hypothetical. Like, "Hey, have you ever thought that video idea is really dumb?" Well, I assure you, it's not dumber than mine. So it was encouraging, but I guess I don't know. Maybe TikTok wants me to take better care of myself or be nicer to
It
myself.
is. I just I the I
I don't
feel
know.
like some of the issues with what we're seeing in the following specifically is probably because TikTok grew really fast, and so
Yeah.
there's things that are happening that I hope eventually they will accommodate for, because I can't see anything that would hurt them monetarily, by having the following be it doesn't have to show every single thing, but even if it was just like, let's make sure that if the, blah, 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 that we're seeing everybody that person's following, if that person's posted something, because it's like, how am I supposed to keep track of 50 people that I haven't seen anything from in a while? That's really, I want to do that, but like, if I can't remember that they exist because that's what brain do, it's really hard for me. Plus, it's a lot of work to do that, to go through and like, so there's a few people that I'll remember to do that with, but then other people I don't. And then I have to work really hard to not feel bad about it because I care.
Please don't.
They,
Please don't feel bad about missing any of my videos. I won't take it personally.
I like it when I see one of your videos and it's been out for like 3 days and it doesn't have any likes, and I'm like, yeah, motherfucker.
Oh, I don't
like it.
I don't know that we need to bring that up, that any of my videos hang out for 3 days without a single like.
It
Although
happens to all of us
my
sometimes.
my
But I,
ratio
I
of
love
views to
breaking.
likes very different.
Yeah, I love breaking the no like thing though.
Well, thank you very much
So,
for
well, so
putting some
Poetry
likes in.
Mates, so like, I comment and interact, and it's a thing I do, and I didn't know that it stood out until people started commenting on the fact that I did that, and were like, oh, you should be friends with her because she does this and blah. And I was like, really cool, that it was appreciated. But I would say that like, of the connections I've made here, that she's like the most like kind of similar,
Mhm.
and like getting her interactions on my posts has been like, has allowed me to experience kind of what I give to other people, you know, like with that like that consistency, because it's not that other people don't comment and are supportive or whatever, but it's like there's a specific way of doing it that's very similar to my own voice, and it's like, it's really cool. I'm like, oh, this is cool, this is neat, I like it, it feels good. I've been making people feel good. Yes. Because I don't think I was really appreciating what I was doing. I literally just say what's on my brain. I'm not formulating, I just at people, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just being like at people and then being like, oh God, I'm annoying. And then later they're like, no, actually
No,
you're not.
you're fine.
So
You're fine. You're
yeah,
fine.
I think it's cool. I get to learn, I get to have things reflected back, and then I get to learn from that, that's cool.
It is. I treat the comment section more like a job application for a comedy routine. I figure if I can get the creator to laugh in a way they hadn't thought about it, who knows? Someone might follow my account. They're like, "Oh, he's witty. Let's see what his videos are all about."
Yeah, I don't get
That's
a
all.
lot of
That's all.
yeah, I don't get a lot of follows from commenting on people's stuff. I get a lot of likes on my, like I have a comment on somebody's post that's got like 400 plus likes now, and I'm like, cool.
I commented a beautiful comment
Mind vomits.
on a viral video, and to date, my account does not have as many likes as that one comment. That one comment clocked in at like 65,000 last time I saw it. Most
Yep.
successful thing I've done on TikTok is comment on somebody else's post.
Same.
That's
Same.
that's
I
just how
think
it is.
the most likes I've gotten is like 300 or something on one of my puppet accounts.
Oh,
So
it makes you feel so good. So
yeah, and
good.
the most views I have is just a couple weeks ago, I did a screenshot of a Facebook memory
Uh-oh.
where I was making fun of myself for being like super literal and not understanding something in the moment. And for some reason, it got like 9,000 views really fast. Didn't get that many likes, but it got lots of views. And I was just like, well, I'm embarrassed now because I was just sharing that with my friends, but okay. Thank you, algorithm.
Thank you. It's like a benevolent ruler. Thank you, algorithm. From your feet, we gather the drops of viral
Yeah.
success. Thank you.
It was literally, it was okay. It was my dentist was telling me not to leave my mouth guard where my dog could get to it because my dog would eat it if it smelled like me. But she said if it smells like mommy, and my brain thought like mom dog. So I thought the plastic smelled like dog. You know,
Oh,
it didn't
okay.
like, and then I
Yeah.
got to work. I sat down at my desk and I was thinking about it, and I was like, she meant me. She meant that it's gonna smell like me.
She meant me. That I'm the dog mommy.
Yeah, it just did not like,
I'm the
I
dog
was,
mommy.
yeah.
Well, hey, there you go. I mean, once again, we're talking about actual cats. Actual cats. It's funnier if you've been with us the whole time.
Yeah, I think he's
That's a
like
running joke.
200 degrees on my lap right now. It's just like a furnace of baby floof.
Liquid fur. There we
Yes.
go. Very good.
Dogma. Dogma.
Dogma. Very
Dogma.
nice. Harmonica and dogma. Dogma. Well, I
Dog flavored mouth guard.
dog flavored mouth guard sounds so disturbing.
It sounds illegal.
That's amazing. You're up to 14,000 likes. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm likable.
You're very likable. Don't you feel better about yourself? Don't you? Don't you? I'll be honest. I feel better about myself.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Validation is a powerful, powerful drug.
I probably need like 2 or 3 days to process this experience, and then I can tell you.
Oh no, that's wonderful. No,
Yeah.
I
Only
appreciate
in
this. This
certain
has been a lot of
countries.
fun. This
Yeah.
is only in certain.
I've
No, this
totally
is good.
I'm totally blown away by the people coming in and hanging out and stuff.
Right?
Like I totally like, I've been trying to pay attention to the comments, but also like, uh stay focused here. So hopefully I didn't miss anything good there, but
I think it's a good blend. I really
yeah.
like this because you've got an audience. Normally when I do this podcast, I've got to imagine what people are thinking. And so
Yeah.
I go a lot faster. I don't really get to process stuff. So I like this format because then this is like, oh, okay, we're enjoying some people.
Yeah.
Lovely people. And apparently poetry veins just chef kiss. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. If we want to make poetry veins happy, we do the mouth harp.
Yeah. Harmonica.
Harmonica. I can play a little bit. I'm not gonna play it on the microphone because it'll blow your ears out. I don't really know how to play.
Can
Just
you
what?
type that? Can you type that pun, poetry veins, please? Type it.
Harmonica.
Harmonica. Harmonica.
It sounds like you're very angry with Monica.
Yeah. Yes.
Harmonica. There we go. That is very good. Little short on charm. No, there we go. All right, very good. Well, if you don't know who I am, I'm Toasted Tentacle. Please follow me because all of you are Ursai's friends. So there you go.
I'm pretty
And
sure they all follow you actually.
I mean,
'Cause
really,
I
I don't mind preaching to the choir. This is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I'm happy
Yeah.
about
Don't unfollow. Do not.
it. Yeah. Yes. Hey, if you're already following me, go ahead and hit the unfollow button because hey, let's change things up. Let's change it
Let's
up.
do some.
Let's make it spicy. Oh, we gotta have the big puppet finale. Is that what we're gonna?
Yeah, get a puppets.
We gotta have some puppets. All right,
cat.
let's see. We'll do double puppet trouble. Hold on. We'll do orange and green. There we go.
They don't know to focus. This is like the
You could do one on each. You can just be all like, what's
toasty,
up?
toasty tentacle, not toasty,
Toasty.
There we go.
Is that a walking, talking booger? Yes. Yes, it is. See, what I really love is this right here. This is a puppeteer's dream. I know. I've got some problems. I don't want to work out in therapy. So I'm going to work out with fancy gloves. Yes.
I don't think Boogie likes you. Keeps making faces.
Ouch.
There's that one video where he smacked you, remember?
Oh, that's true. I did. I took it. I was like, hey, I was so proud of that hit. I was so proud. I was just talking about something. I'm like, this is boring. I'm going to hit myself in the face.
you're like something about a boogie. Like you're making a word pun, And I was like, oh, I got to get on that.
How do you make a biscuit dance? Put a little boogie in it. Yeah. That's an old joke. Like, a very old joke. What you doing on there? Yeah. What you but it, it's it's so great to see the camera of the puppet. It's so funny.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
that's always the thing is because you don't really see what it looks like until after you've recorded it.
Right.
And then I get so excited when I go back and watch it and see if it worked out or not. And I'm like, oh, that looks so much cooler than I thought it did. Because when you're recording, you're over here watching and it's just all sideways and
It it's almost like a form of animation. Oh, why are you so loud? Don't be loud. Sorry about that. It's almost like a form of animation because you're bringing something to life. So I like
yeah,
it. I like it. It's a
cool.
lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you for planting that seed.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for
Yes.
succeeding far beyond what I did. Thank you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. No,
That's only
no, I
because
really appreciate it.
that's only because I split. I split. I focused on it.
No,
I
you
went.
did.
Yeah.
Honestly, you got the proper rewards because you have invested your time. So I can't poo poo on that. You did a fantastic job, and I'm constantly seeing new material. And honestly, you put some energy into it. I see Biscuit flying all around, and Boogie's up here, and Boogie's over here, and I love when you have one of them in screen and then you bring the other one over. I'm like, oh, that
The
is
journey
good.
one. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that one was like I saw someone else do the journey one, and they're like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna. And they start seeing. I was like, oh, that's Boogie. He would do it. So I was like, Biscuit's like, fuck you, I'm not doing it. And then Boogie's like, bam, and starts singing the journey. It was
Don't
just like,
stop, believe.
yeah.
I think it was Don't Stop
So
Believing.
it's gonna be interesting, like what the other ones are, how they're, because it's like the personalities vary from the lip syncing, but there is kind of categories for them, right? Like
Right.
you guys pretty much always the pervert. So
One of my puppets is a pervert. I'm just kidding. They all are. It's the puppeteer, really.
yeah, I was gonna say you made them, so
I am their father. So I am their God. What? Okay, good. All right. Well, so we gonna go out with a musical bang. We can choose the harmonica, we can choose the ouch right in the teeth, or we can try the calming tones.
let's do calming. I don't need to hurt you again.
Oh, that's true. Let's be nice. Well, today's episode has been brought to you by Amos, the ragdoll cat. Meow meow. It's so like, I'm a star. I'm a star and I'm half asleep.
Yeah. It's a rough life.
Oh, it's a very rough life. Very rough life that we live.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you. This was fun. And
Well, yes, it was, Ersigh. Thank you so much.
not that I'm surprised, but
Well, I'm a little
you
surprised,
know.
honestly. I was very tense earlier. I'm just like, oh, this is gonna go all
It's
the
true. I like
go
literally
terrible.
like I got like a DM from Poetry Veins.
Mhm.
She's like, I'm so excited. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I'm starting to get excited. Okay, I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. She rallied me.
Yeah, I was stressed until the second I like sent the invitation out and I pulled the cameras up and I'm like, I don't have time to be stressed. I'm too beautiful.
Plus, if you ever do this
this.
with me, I just talk a lot. You just unleash me, and it's all good.
No, it's perfect. No, it is the longest interview I've done, but I like it. I like the rhythm. I think it's good, and yeah, somebody's gonna watch it. Somebody put 20 hours of Nyan Cat on continual loop, so trust me, people will watch anything.
Yep.
And people like it in the background. And thank you very much to our TikTok audience. You will forever be part of YouTube now. Your usernames have been mercilessly entered into the record. Ah, 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 ah.
Yeah, and well, I'll share a link to the interview.
Yes,
once
indeed.
it's ready.
It should be up in the next few hours once this compiles.
Did I send you? Did I send you the invite for tomorrow? Sorry.
Yeah. I think you did.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you did. I'll check. I'll double check and let you know. Wait, that's not our parting one. Can you do? Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it's only fair. And then what's your other favorite noise? Yeah, if you could do a belch right into a pterodactyl, just that.
It's
Oh,
I
that
wish I
is.
could burp inside out, burp backwards, then it would work.
I don't try that.
Oh,
That
yuck.
sounds very painful and dangerous. Don't do that.
He yawned.
Don't do that at all.
Yeah, I feel like it would probably hurt.
Yeah, it probably would. Yeah,
Mm.
that's no bueno.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know how to sign off with these things. Oh yeah, no. Are we doing calming music? Okay. So
Yeah,
let's do
yeah.
the official outro. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've invested a few hours in a perfectly wonderful experience. Thank you so much for tuning into Toasty Tentacle. Another welcome. Thank you to my guests here, Ersigh, and owner and proprietor of Lepuppets. Yeah, definitely check her out. And we'll see you next time.